This is the Variety Vendors Own. What's the show called again? What's this little bit?
And I thought
I
I
don't
was
even
bad
know.
on your show. Desire of
Hey,
Wrestling.
oh, desire of yeah, whatchamacallit, wrestling. We got one big match here
Wrestling.
tonight. We got one hell of a match tonight. We got the champion of wrestling. Say what's up.
Hey, what's up, guys? It is your
And in this corner we got variety vendor over here.
don't
Oh
don't you
yeah, you're
disrespect
going
your
down,
welterweight
Weston.
champion. Don't you disrespect your welterweight champion like that. Okay?
I'm taking your title.
So yeah, probably because it's politics.
If I were doing, I would have done a Jeremy Borash style myself.
Anyway, I am your reigning, defending World Heavyweight Variety Vendor Champion. And I am here to defend the belt against the boss himself. And Terrence, you're on mute. I didn't mute you, by the way.
Wait, wait, I don't get it. You called yourself the world champion, variety vendor champion. So you're the
That's the
Exactly.
world
champion of the
heavyweight.
world
That's,
and Ed.
that's what
So
the
He put my
You're
name
the
on the
Ed champion.
championship, so that means I'm the champion.
Is
Yeah,
I'm
anybody
still
going
the
to
crown
introduce
champion.
me?
that's the promotion.
Oh yeah, and then we got and most importantly we got me, and then we got Adam.
Oh, yeah, and me
Thank
and
you.
Terrence together, we are the Generation X of the IWC, the wrestling.
Actually, this is more
Who?
like Austin versus McMahon, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
St.
Who?
Valentine's Day Massacre.
Wow, nerdy much?
Shut up.
Yeah,
Aren't we
this
all?
really is like Austin versus Vince McMahon.
Oh god, a couple of smirks in here, man. So we
Just
got
let
a
me.
lot of great
Go ahead.
questions here, and yeah, Adam, you gotta. What's your question? What do you gotta tell these jabrones here? It's for the championship.
All right. Question number one. Hang on, I got to pull it up. Question.
Wow, not even prepared.
don't even get me started.
Man,
All
you
right.
talk too much. Yeah, man, you never shut
Shut
up.
shut
I
up.
said you.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm the most entertaining person on the show. I'm the biggest draw. God damn it.
All right, guys. Question. Question
Wow.
one.
Question
All
one.
right.
As the rules,
Question.
there are 5 questions, and then after the those 5 questions, whoever has the most points
All right.
and all the other shit, then we get to the speed round, and then we'll go from there. I think.
Question number one is, remember, you have a minute and a half each,
Minute and a
right?
half. That's kind
Jeez.
of lame.
Wait.
Dude, the time limit stuff is for the speed round.
Yeah. See, you're box.
Okay.
You box.
Never mind that.
Yeah.
Never
Okay.
mind.
It's okay. It's your
But I
first
will
time.
stop.
All right.
But I will
All
stop
right.
you if you go too
Question
long.
number one is, if you could make a new Four Horsemen with any current wrestlers from any federation, which 4 wrestlers would you choose and why? And we will start with the champ. Weston, go ahead.
That was a lame
All right.
question.
So obviously, the Four Horsemen are heels.
Terrence.
They're heels. They normally consist of 4 competitors. So I'm gonna pick from 4 different promotions to form one mega pack.
Weston, can you speak up, man?
Yeah, better.
Yeah, perfect, man. You're
Yeah,
talking
hold
like as
on.
if you
Yeah.
a can.
Yeah, let me eat a Snickers. Better. All right. Oh. All right. So obviously the Four Horsemen are heels and normally consist of 4 different competitors. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pick nothing but heels, and I pick 4 of them in 4 different promotions. So anyway, in WWE, the first Four Horsemen is gonna have to be Randy Orton. Then we'll go to New Japan, and my Four Horsemen from New Japan is gonna have to be Kenny Omega.
Okay. All right.
My third Four Horsemen from TNA Impact Wrestling is probably gonna be EC3.
All right.
My last one, we're gonna go with Ring of Honor, and we're gonna
Hmm.
It's a mixture
All
of
right.
everything. High flyers and to look good in suit.
And why would you put those 4 guys together? Why, besides being in 4
Well,
different promotions, why? Why those 4?
because I feel like they would have good chemistry together. And on top of that, they all kind of represent something like different in terms of wrestling style. Like you got Jay Lethal who can do all the high flying moves. And then you got Randy Orton who's like the sadistic, will do anything to get to the top type of guy. And then you got Okada who has like the rain pick, so he can probably compete and have a good division.
Yeah, I
Also,
can.
and also I can imagine him with glasses and the Four Horsemen with the suit. Cool. And
Yeah,
also,
you're kind of
What?
breaking up a little bit.
fuck.
Adam,
Not breaking up, but
Adam,
you just sound far away. What's up?
Adam, I gotta be honest with you. That background noise, though.
For real?
Is this
Still?
Yeah,
It's
it's a little
good.
bit loud. It's okay, but it's kind of hard to hear with your
Well,
voice.
Weston's really low. Weston's really low for me. I'm trying to really like in the. All right, I'll try to find a quieter place. Well, I'll mute. Actually, you know what? I should just mute while they answer.
Yeah, no problem. Just
Okay.
Cool.
So can you guys hear me at all?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but now,
Yeah,
now
yeah,
it's
we can
better.
hear you.
Now it's better.
Okay. So the reason why I would put those 4 guys together is they kind of have the same vibe around them. Also, they all have kind of like the same kind of like mindset in terms of like they'll find any way to get to the top. And also, all 4 of those guys look good in a suit, and they could play the heel gimmick really, really well. And on top of that, you can just picture them coming out of limousines.
All right, pretty good.
Clubs and
All
stuff
right,
like
all right.
that.
I'm satisfied.
It would look really
All right, Ed. Who's your 4 horsemen?
Okay. My 4 horsemen would be Bobby Roode, Austin Aries, Kazuchika Okada from New Japan, and Roman Reigns. And the reason why I would choose these 4 guys is unlike what our champion came up with, like Lethal, EC3, Kenny Omega, and Randy Orton. Those 4 guys, 3 of them have crossed paths one way or another. Rude and Austin Aries do have great chemistry in TNA, and they have been tag team champions before, and they know each other very well. So that right there are my tag team. Those are the Arn Anderson and Tully Blanchard of the group. Kazuchika Okada is one of the greatest wrestlers in the world right now. He has this huge buzz around him, and if he would go into any promotion to form this group, whether it's WWE or which is more likely, he would be a huge star just by being a part of this group. And not just that, he's a great wrestler and I would put him in the mid card, and he would just and build the entire division around him. Roman Reigns, he looks great in a suit. He is he's great on the mic. He would be a great heel. He has that cocky attitude that really reminds me so much of Ric Flair. The "I'm better than you" kind of look and personality, and I think he would do wonders for this group as its leader. And he would gain so much heel heat that everybody around him would just be elevated so much more. And not just that, but he would also have great matches and elevate everybody that he's facing. So that's my new 4 horsemen.
All right.
The Glorious
Well,
Empire.
Wow.
well, it's better than the phenomenal icons, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No. Okay.
Was that supposed to be a rib on me?
Yes. So let's see.
First of all, it was called the
Phenomenal icons.
No.
The team from darkness.
2 guys with makeup. No, wait, Undertaker does have makeup. But... all right. So let's see.
The
So let's
Suicide
review.
Grandpas.
So Weston had Kenny Omega, Jay Lethal, Who are your other two guys?
Randy Orton
and
and EC.
Randy Orton and who?
EC3.
EC3. Okay. And what's it called? Ed had Roman Reigns. He had Austin Aries and Rude, right?
Rude and Kazuchika Okada.
And Okada.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And now it's
All
time,
right.
it's time for us to fight it out. So Weston, you can counterpoint my
Right.
my argument.
All right. Well, first off, my wrestlers are younger, so they would have a longer span as the horsemen. Training, they can go maybe a good 6 to 10 years. Also, you can tell just by the vibe that these guys have that they would have better chemistry than Ed's team. And let's be honest, when you have Roman Reigns in your group, you never know how that's gonna go over. For example, if yeah, you can hope that Roman Reigns kind of elevates them by getting heel heat. But what if people just don't care about the Four Horsemen because of Roman Reigns? You know, what if people just say, you know what, fuck this shit. Why is Roman in there? This makes no sense. Meaning, I can hear a lot of IWC people already complaining, which means like the group would probably be made up as a joke. Because think about it, Austin Aries might be a part of the tag team. They're liked by the IWC. They're not gonna like them being affiliated with a guy like Roman Reigns. At least on my team, it's a fun little faction. You're gonna enjoy them, whether you're a casual or a hardcore fan. Hell, especially if you're a hardcore fan. And on top of that, my wrestlers kind of that are in my Four Horsemen faction represent 4 different styles, unlike his, which all feel like they're the same. You know, you got Kenny Omega, who's one of the greatest heels in New Japan right now. He literally used the cleaner gimmick as part of the Four Horsemen, where he cleans up their dirty work. Then you got EC3, who can use his hand to pay for stuff to take the Four Horsemen everywhere. Then you got Randy, who just has like that cocky attitude, and he's gonna be like the super weapon of the Four Horsemen, where just one RKO can put you down. And then you got Kenny Omega, EC3, Randy Orton.
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal, yeah, sorry. I was thinking of mainstream promotion, so I kind of lost my train of thought. But yeah, then there's Jay Lethal, who can actually bring Truth Martini as a manager to the group. And also, he has a lot of ties in Ring of Honor, so you never know what Jay Lethal can do with the Four Horsemen. And
All right. Well, let me.
Okay.
Well, let me ask. Sorry. Let me just ask at this. How would you get Roman? What would you do to get Roman over as a heel, and make sure that he doesn't get cheered as a babyface?
Let me just rebuttal of his points.
Yeah.
First, okay.
Right.
He said like the first thing he said when he was talking about the Horsemen is that the idea of having a new Horseman is that they have to consist of a heel faction that they need to be hated. And as John Cena said in his last segment, this is the portion of the segment where I turn his theory into crap, because Roman Reigns is hated. Isn't that the point of the faction? That they need to be hated.
But
Hold on, Weston. Let me finish up. The idea is that they need to be hated. Your group are filled with guys that are beloved, like Randy Orton. EC3 is liked. He can be funny, and people would enjoy him. Kenny Omega is the same thing. Jay Lethal, people will appreciate him. Robert Roode has that better than you type of personality that people would just hate. They just don't like him in the ring. Besides his glorious theme, that's pretty much it. That's the only thing that people love. When it comes to the stuff that he does in the ring and his match with like Nakamura, his matches with other guys, people love the other guy. They always love the other guy, which makes him a great heel. Austin Aries and Robert Roode, great tag team. And you said that your faction is much younger. Dude, Randy Orton is 35. Kenny Omega, 35. EC3, 31. Lethal, 31. Kazuchika Okada is 29 years old. Roman Reigns is 31. Austin Aries and Robert Roode might be older, but hey, you need some veterans in the team, kind of like what you had in the Horsemen with Ole Anderson, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and same thing with Ric Flair. You need to have like those more grittier and more seasoned veterans to help out the younger stars to grow even better than they were. Kind of like what you did with Evolution with Batista and Randy Orton. You got Kazuchika Okada and Roman Reigns are those guys that are being elevated that way. That's how I see the new Four Horsemen being. And as for people, you asked Adam. You asked like, how would I make people start hating Roman Reigns? Dude, people already hate Roman Reigns. It's so easy for him to gain heel heat.
Right.
And just like you would do like at least one segment of him beating the shit out of a beloved babyface, whether it's Seth Rollins, or you can do it with Dean Ambrose, or you can even do it with John Cena or AJ Styles, and people will fall in love with the other guy and hate Roman Reigns even more. That's pretty much it.
But here's the thing, though. If you turn Roman heel, how do you know that the IWC won't cheer him?
Well, that's a gamble that I have to take, because Ric Flair was also beloved when he was the top heel as part of the Horsemen. But at the same time, when he does those dastardly acts, that's when you get those fans. It always takes a moment to make the fans turn on the guy. You know, like Kevin Owens when he did the Festival of Friendship with Jericho, he got heel hit right away. People hated him right away. You know, even though that they respected him, they like him in the ring. He can get that heel hit. When he turned on Sami Zayn, Roman Reigns can have that same effect. It always depends on how you book the guy.
All right.
Let me counter.
Yeah, go ahead, Weston. Counter.
First off, again, Ed even admitted himself he would be taking a huge risk putting Roman Reigns in his Four Horsemen. Meaning, you don't know how the fans are going to react to that. And also, he talked about the whole hey, my team can last longer than yours. That's clearly not the case. Aries is already suffering a lot of injuries at what? How old is he? Like 38, 37, maybe older. Bobby Roode, yeah. This is the part where I say that Bobby Roode is going to be cheered as a face, especially with that theme song. Like he's appreciated, but he's appreciated in the wrong way. He's appreciated in the sense that people are going to love him and cheer for him no matter what, especially if you have that theme song by him. And also, who's the other two? Okada. Yeah, he may be young, but I don't think you're going to know how to book him well to the point where he can get heel heat like that. Because, again, he's respected by New Japan, and he's a face in New Japan. And if you add him into that group, you don't know what you're getting. Well, you don't know if you're going to ruin his career. Hold on.
Okay.
And who was the other guy on your Four Horsemen?
Roman Reigns.
Yeah, exactly. Again, Roman Reigns, he's also kind of already suffering from injuries. I mean, his first injury when he was like 29, which was a hernia. And yeah, he does. And yeah, maybe right now he hasn't been injured in a while, but you're looking at a guy that, again, you don't know what you're getting. You really don't. He could become injury prone down the road. And also, the reason why my faction is so much better than yours is because what I meant by like they'll last longer is because like they are the type of characters that can tone down their moveset. And on top of that, turning down their moveset won't even hurt them because they're heels. They don't have to work that excited. Hold on.
Okay.
And on top of that, yeah, some of my wrestlers in my group are respected by wrestling fans, but Kenny Omega is going to get heel heat no matter what. You see the fans. They know what's up. They boo him as a heel. Yeah, he's respected, but they treat him like a heel. Randy Orton, the fans are always going to be, more than likely booing him because of his slow and boring moveset. And also, Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal, same thing. He's respected by the fans, but he gets heel heat. And same thing for EC3. EC3 is the type of character that if you know how to book him, he'll get nothing but heel heat, and he kind of already is. So you can't tell me that since my wrestlers and my four horsemen are that respected to the point where they can't get who they obviously can.
Randy Orton.
And also they can draw. They can
Okay.
draw in people to see them to watch them perform.
Okay, here's the thing. Okay, with Randy Orton, you talk about injury prone. Randy Orton has had multiple shoulder surgeries and neck injuries. Okay, Kenny Omega, the dude you talk about flashy. Kenny Omega is the most flashiest guy of both of our picks. Okay, and he will be below. He's going to have the same effect as AJ Styles has right now. Okay, he might be a great heel in Japan, but he won't be a great heel in the United States because he has that same personality that AJ Styles has. He will say that I am the best wrestler in the world, and when he gets into the ring, he will back it up, which makes him a beloved figure, and people will not have the same emotion in hating him. Unlike a guy like Austin Aries, Robert Roode, Kazuchika Okada. Come on, in the United States. We gotta there are a lot of racist people in the audience, and when they see Kazuchika Okada, they're gonna be like, oh, why should we cheer for this guy? He doesn't even talk proper English. He can't cut a good promo. They wouldn't be invested in him as a babyface. So that's the reason why I would have him as a heel, come out there and be like this entrepreneur that comes from Japan that's a millionaire. And he would work perfectly part of the faction. EC3, another injury prone. He's got a huge scar on his abdomen from a freaking he had like multiple surgeries around there. And Jay Lethal, another guy that's been injured a lot. He had knee surgeries before. So
when's the last time all four of my guys have been injured for the good amount of time?
Randy Orton last year, he didn't show up at WrestleMania because of a freaking injury. So he missed the biggest show of the year because of that. How are you going to be able to depend on him? And Randy Orton is a seasoned veteran right now, and if you put him here, it's going to be the same effect as if you had John Cena part of a faction right now. He would be people wouldn't have that same gravitas and hating him because Randy Orton is right now, he's freaking cool. You know, he burned down the Wyatt family's house, that cabin in the woods, and people were cheering him on. Like that dastardly act, and people were cheering him on.
What about Okada? He does the Rainmaker gimmick. When the money's coming down from stealing, people are going to cheer him because they love that.
You don't know. You don't know. That happened in New Japan. You don't know what's going to happen.
There's a lot of questions behind your group. With mine, it's kind of straight up, and you know what you're getting.
No, because we have seen a lot of crossover stars come to the United States, come to WWE, and they didn't have the same effect as they did in New Japan. Are you saying that Nakamura had the same effect in NXT as he did in New Japan? Or will he have the same effect in the main roster?
I understand where you're going with that, but Nakamura's kind of a little irrelevant to what we're talking about because he was a face in New Japan. I'm talking about getting over as a heel. And Nakamura, but either way, Nakamura's translation has kind of been pretty good. And on top of that, we won't know how truly over he is as a face until he gets promoted to the main roster.
But here's the thing.
But when you're running a heel faction, you don't really have to worry about that because, like, if these people don't, and by the way, Jay Lethal is black, so you want to talk about. So even if all the WWE fans were racist, they'll immediately boo this group just because they have a black guy in there.
No, not because of that. Because here's the thing: when Kazuchika Okada can form a sentence, can form a proper English promo, then people will be like, why should we care about this guy? But Lethal is a great promo. And plus, hold on, Weston. Here's the thing. And your faction has such you don't know that they're going to have good chemistry. Kenny Omega and EC3 and Randy Orton and Jay Lethal, you don't know if they're going to get along. Okay, Randy Orton is the type of guy that he killed freaking Legacy. Okay, because he felt better than everyone else. He's not the kind of person that will be like, yeah, well, I'm gonna give this guy a shot. Yeah, I'm gonna put over EC3, the guy that's coming over to TNA.
Hello, the Bray Wyatt storyline helped Bray Wyatt get over to a mega position.
That's
So
different.
what's
That's different.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. He was
Comes from
watching.
a respected family. Bray Wyatt comes from a respected family, from the Rotunda family. Okay, so that's different. Okay.
Still, he can do the same to my faction, especially if he knows the history of the Four Horsemen. Why would he disrespect the history of the Four Horsemen, especially if he's part of it?
But here's the thing, that now we're talking about like a new incarnation of the four horsemen, okay? And now he's supposed to be putting the other guys on his same level. Are you really saying to yourself right now that Kenny Omega and EC3 and Jay Lethal are on the same level as Randy Orton?
From their respective brands and what they could bring over, yes.
I disagree, because here's the thing: Roman Reigns is still on the rise. Kazuchika Okada hasn't hit the peak of his career yet. Austin Aries and Robert Roode still has a lot of gas in the tank and can also help out those other guys. They can also have great matches and they've proven to be a great tag team. Okay, from your faction, tell me who would be the Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson. Who would be the tag team?
The Tully Blanchard and Arn Anderson?
Yeah, who would be the tag team in your group?
Probably Jay Lethal and Kenny Omega, because I know they probably like each other and have a lot of respect for each other, and they also kind of have that same style in a sense, except Jay Lethal's more grounded.
You're gonna put Kenny Omega in a freaking tag team, the hottest free agent right now in the world. You're gonna put him in a freaking tag team.
Technically, he's not a free agent. I think he's going back. I'm pretty sure he re-signed with New Japan.
Okay, the hottest gaijin in New Japan. You're gonna put him in a tag team with Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal,
We're putting him in a faction. So, like, what is that supposed to be better or worse?
Well, that's the reason why I'm saying my faction is better, because I have the tag team, I got the mid card, and I got the main event. That's what the four. No, yours are four main eventers. Yours are four main eventers. That's like me saying, okay, I'm gonna put.
Because they can really help the mid card.
That's like me saying I'm gonna put. That's like me saying I'm gonna put. Hold on. That's like me saying I'm gonna put John Cena, The Rock, and
This is so good right now.
Sorry for this example, Terrence. Sting and The Undertaker, putting them in the faction.
I knew that was going to come back. I knew that was going to freaking come back in a future podcast.
So imagine these.
Wow.
So it's exactly that. It's four main eventers in the Four Horsemen. Come on.
All right. I'm ready to. All right, I think. All right. Bing, 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 bing.
All right.
All right,
guys,
I've heard
be
enough.
quiet.
I've heard enough.
Done.
I've heard enough.
You're getting beat, Weston.
All right. I have decided who's getting the point.
Wait, do I get to pick the point too, or no?
You too. It's a double. You judges have to come to a conclusion.
All right.
All right. But
Gotta hold on
what
now.
if it's split between me and
Then I guess we just get a point.
Terrence?
Oh, that's good.
All right, that works. Right. Ed, you really had me with the tag team thing. You really had me with like these guys are the Andersons. That really drew me in. So I give you a lot of credit for that. However, you lost me with the Roman Reigns thing because you couldn't really come up with a good reason for what would you do if Roman got cheered. It was a good defense, but it kind of lost me a little bit with the Roman thing.
All right.
And your reason for that was, well, that's just a risk that you have to take, which sometimes you do have to take risks in wrestling. Weston, you kind of faltered a little bit with some of your arguments on Omega, and Ed really made some good points about the ages of his guys, being 35, and 29. However, I feel like, what's it called? you didn't really have a good rebuttal for that, except for the injuries thing. But overall, I felt like the 4 guys that Weston picked would be 4 guys who would be exciting, who would have similar styles, like you mentioned Lethal and Okada, having similar styles. And my point goes to Weston, the champ.
All right.
So this is my turn now, where I get to decide who made the better argument, or.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Hmm.
You've got beautiful
First
eyes,
off,
Terrence.
Oh,
I know,
shut
right?
up.
Thank you. I know, right? I know, right?
Wow.
You know what, man? You know what? I like you, man. Why not we go get ourselves a beer,
Dude,
man?
I'll hire a sexy porn star to give you a blowjob.
What?
I don't know.
I'll hire you a sexy porn star to give you a blowjob. How about that?
You're
I'll
gonna
make
give
sure
me what?
He's gonna give you a blowjob.
So I'll
Just
hire
decide.
Wow.
Please decide who's getting the fucking point.
Well, I'm gonna say this though. First off, the debate with this first question alone was actually pretty hilarious. You guys are going back and forth, but you guys did make some good points, and I did feel like.
Well, that's what a debate is. Yes.
And you lost, Adam, and that's why you're here.
I'm
A
not
lot.
even playing, so at least I had my questions in on time.
But I'm actually gonna go with Ed on this one. I think with him, I felt like when he picked his members and stuff like that, he was a lot more detailed in terms of like who would be, the tag team of the division, the main event of the division and stuff like of the group. I felt like Ed beat Weston on with this question because I feel like he was a little bit more detailed.
I thought we were a tag team.
Oh, and one other thing I want to say is EC3 isn't really a main eventer. Ed said that he picked 4 main eventers, but to me, EC3 is far from a main eventer.
He's a main eventer in TNA, so that's
Yeah,
gotta count for
but
something.
a main eventer in TNA is like a
It's
mid
still a
carder
main
anywhere else.
eventer. It's still a main eventer
Yeah,
in that company.
main eventing. I could main event in TNA if I wanted to.
No, you won't. You can't even. You can't even main event here.
Yeah, the judges.
Oh. All right, Terrence. Next question. On with it.
All right. So I go with Ed on this one. So it's 1-1. Wonderful.
Wow.
Yeah. Great.
What an exciting start! It's like Angle Benoit all over again.
Who's that second person?
Stevie Richards.
Stevie
there
Richards,
you
I
go.
meant. Right.
All right. So my question, huh? Okay. Let's go here. Wow. 4 questions and I have to pick one. All right.
First one. Well, who said you had to go in order?
All right. I'll pick this one here. Over the last, what is it? We're in 2017 now, right? So over the last 17 years, who do you think was the best Intercontinental Champion?
God damn, Terrence.
Yikes.
You have bad memory.
Well, then F you. Champ, I'll start with you.
I'll start with you.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah,
Stop being sassy, bro. I'll slap the shit out of you. Go first. Go first, man. You're the champ. Ladies first.
17 years.
Yeah. So basically, when you were born till now.
1994, actually. Who's counting?
You were born in 1994,
Yes.
so that would make you. I don't know. I suck at math. 23.
I don't know. Why are there kids screaming in the background?
Because there's a lot of little freaking bastards here.
What? Wow. You're calling kids bastards now.
Trying to think of all the Intercontinental Champions, jeez, from back then his teen years.
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wikipedia. Yeah, and I'll wait. I'm gonna just mute myself while I'm gonna laugh in the background.
On top of that, we have to go with the best one. Jesus Christ.
Who do you think is the best one and why? You can't just say.
And why? I love you, Terrence. Terrence, you're great.
Jesus
Things
Christ.
way too much. God. Just so you know, you can also pick. Yeah.
All right, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Chris Jericho.
All right, Ed. I'll start with you. So what did you say?
Chris Jericho. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked Chris Jericho.
Yeah, and why?
Okay. I believe he's the only 9-time Intercontinental Champion, and not
Oh
just
shit.
that, but not just that, not just that. Well, some people might not know it. Just throwing facts out there. Yeah, he pretty much revived the Intercontinental title from pretty much obscurity in 2009 with his feud with Rey Mysterio and classic matches. They had, I believe, 5 matches, and all of them were just, exponentially getting better and better. Jericho also had great matches with Christian, Rob Van Dam, and Jeff Hardy. And really, every time he would hold the Intercontinental title, it really felt like the Intercontinental title would get elevated. And especially because Jericho, people always saw him as a main eventer and always saw him as a guy that should be holding with the world title. So whenever he held the Intercontinental title, it felt like, we're not getting just the main event. We're getting 2 main events. We're getting the world champion and the second world champion, the Intercontinental champion. That's why I picked Jericho.
All right. All right, Weston. Now your turn.
This is a hard one.
Of course it
I'm
is.
gonna go over start of 2000. I'm probably gonna go with Rey Mysterio. I'm gonna
Wow,
go with.
you're kissing ass, are you?
Uh,
No, I mean I just so happened to pick your favorite wrestler of all time.
Yeah, the one you believe. First of all, fun fact: this is the same guy who called Rey Mysterio the second most overrated wrestler of all time.
No. What does that have to do with the debate? Anyway, yeah. I'm going with Rey Mysterio. I forget which reign this was, but I believe he won at WrestleMania in Houston against JBL. And on top of that, he held it until he dropped it to Chris Jericho like 2 months later.
To what?
Chris Jericho 2 months later or something like that. Anyway,
Oh, okay.
but at least he dropped it in a no-holds-barred match, which, Rey Mysterio and Jericho in a hardcore no-holds-barred match is pretty fun to watch. And also,
Speak up,
the
Brian.
moment at WrestleMania was
get out from underwater, Weston.
Okay, for a second, I thought he said an Olive Garden match. I was like, what the hell is an Olive Garden match? Breadsticks! By God, breadsticks! Unlimited salad!
Why am I hearing Weston in the back and be like,
Wait, why is Taz's music playing? Doop, 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 beep.
wow. All right, Weston, just speak up a little bit, man. Or go close
Yeah.
to the mic.
By the way, Adam, I was about to say maybe Adam needs to mute because that's probably the.
All right.
Anyway, better?
Perfect.
All right, so yeah, Adam, just mute whenever I'm talking. But yeah. So I think Rey Mysterio's moment was a lot more defining, and plus he lost it to Jericho, which helped Jericho break the IC title record at 9. And on top of that, he dropped it in a no-holds-barred match, so it had really no effect on Rey as far as like ruining his character. And on top of that, his character was really fun to watch as always. So, I was gonna go with The Miz, but I don't know. he just didn't really have like that much memorable like feuds. But that's not his fault though. He carried that title good, but you know, I think he just lost it way before he was supposed to. But yeah, so I'm going with Ray.
Okay. All right. Best
Now,
part.
now
Okay.
it's time for you to attack each other.
All right. Best part of Rey Mysterio's title reign was with Jericho. So the fact that you mentioned that makes my champion even better.
Ah,
And not just that. Rey Mysterio did have great matches, but again, he had great matches with Jericho. Nobody really remembers his matches with like Dolph Ziggler and
I
John
do.
Morrison, except for
Whoa,
us.
pause.
Except for us because we're wrestling nerds. But if you ask any casual fan, like, do you remember
I'm a wrestling nerd.
what? What? Then why are you here if you're not a wrestling nerd? So
Because of my Caesars, but I'm pretty good at debating. Anyway, yeah, continue.
all right. So yeah, Jericho had much more memorable moments with the title. Plus, he won titles more than Rey Mysterio. And as
Wait,
for
are
Rey
we
Mysterio,
talking about? Wait, hold on. Are we talking about title reigns in general, or are we just talking as like one run from a wrestler?
No, I'm just talking about the best intercontinental champion. It doesn't have to be just
Okay,
one
never
specific.
yeah.
Just a,
So just the fact that he had more than one reign, and those reigns are each one is memorable. With him like feuding with Christian and that great ladder match that he had with him on Raw, it just makes my champion blow yours out of the water. And the fact that Mysterio didn't want to put over Dolph Ziggler.
okay, that's a
Until
rumor.
until he got busted and dropped the title right away to John Morrison on SmackDown, makes my champion even better because he elevates everybody he faces. Jericho actually elevated the likes of Christian and RVD and Jeff Hardy in the ring when he was facing them for that Intercontinental title. So my champion is better than yours.
Let's start this from the bottom and then let's go up. Okay. First off, which reign are you? So Chris Jericho, when he won the title, wasn't really that memorable, especially not as the one at Ray at WrestleMania. I mean, for God's sake, he won the title at WrestleMania by retiring JBL.
The most forgettable WrestleMania.
Not the most unforgettable moment, though, asshole.
It
But
is,
yeah.
it is overshadowed by the Undertaker and Shawn Michaels match. Hello.
But you,
Not
but,
that
but,
overshadowed. Well, it's
but
still.
you did,
I
but you
remember.
did, but you did say that was the most forgettable WrestleMania. You just said that, Ed.
It is forgettable. It is forgettable. Nobody remembers anything besides Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. That's
Ray
it.
and JBL. I remember it, and I have a bad memory, dude. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Anyways, continue.
That wrestling nerd that just because he remembers it, that makes it fact. Okay.
All right, Weston, continue.
And also, Rey Mysterio's reigns were actually very memorable because it fit him well. Remember, even though Chris Jericho is a good worker, but at the same time, Rey Mysterio, he just fits so well with the IC title. Like even his outfit would match the IC title, which made people pay attention more. Yeah, Chris Jericho was a 9-time champion, all you want, but a lot of his reigns are, they're very forgettable. I mean, shit, people don't remember probably the last one he won. Besides, like you people like Terrence, who are big
What do you mean,
Ray fans. Well, didn't Jericho win his? Didn't Jericho win his?
Poking fun at the judge. Poking fun at the judge. That's gotta be a point taker.
I'm not poking fun at the judge, okay? But anyway, yeah, didn't Ray drop the IC title to Chris Jericho, which made him hold it 9 times?
So
Yeah. So unless you're a hardcore Mysterio fan, you don't really remember that.
But still, like, still, like you say, you have a bad memory and you remember that.
Yes, I do.
Oh my god.
And not just that, but okay, it still has to do with Chris Jericho. So that adds to Jericho's legacy more than Rey Mysterio as the better Intercontinental champion.
Jericho, yeah, like I said, he has the most IC title reigns, but he's also like the most forgettable champion, the most forgettable IC champion. Like none of his IC title runs really stand out. Are you telling me his IC title run was better than, let's say, a Mr. Perfect or Triple H or any one of those guys? Rey Mysterio's up there as one of the top 5 IC title IC title guys of all time. I mean, you're talking about a dude
you
that
can't.
that
But you can't tell me. But you can't tell me Rey Mysterio is a better Intercontinental Champion than Jericho. No,
he is, and
freaking
I just
way.
named like four guys that were better than Jericho.
You named other guys, but you named other guys, but those guys are also better than Mysterio. So, and by proxy, freaking Jericho is better than Mysterio. So thank you. Thanks for the point.
Ray is worked. He's ranked higher than fucking Jericho. I don't even remember how the fuck he won it. How the fuck he lost it. He got those last fucking IC title. The reason why I remembered it is because I thought of Rey Mysterio.
Okay. What do you remember from Mysterio's title reign?
And on top of that,
What do you remember from Mysterio's title reign? Yeah.
Rey Mysterio, which is easily his biggest moment as an IC champion or winning the IC championship, is when he retired JBL. Whether you like it or not, is a huge moment in WrestleMania history. And on top of that, Ray as IC champion sold more merch than Jericho could probably ever dream of.
What is that? Merch has nothing to do with being a champion.
Yeah, it does. It means Ray was also a better IC champion.
It has nothing to do with that, dude.
My hand goes up, you go shh. Okay.
No. Here's the thing. Well, you can't say that he was a better champion just because he sold more merch. Okay.
No. Yes. Hold on.
Has nothing to do with that.
Hold on.
Kevin Nash was a horrible champion, but he sold a lot of merch.
Judge, he won't let me talk. Judges enforce the law.
Settle down, children. It's turn. But
anyway, shut the fuck up, you fucking jobber. Anyway,
I'm taking your championship tonight, dude. So shut it up real nice.
Oh my god, let me talk. Let the champion talk. Okay.
Can't take the competition.
So, dude, how the fuck am I supposed to debate you if I can't talk?
Right,
you think you're talking over me? Anyway, so Rey Mysterio was not only a better IC champion than Chris Jericho as far as a business perspective, team whatever. Yeah. Anyway, no one's gonna remember him. Anyway, so
Stay on point.
Anyway, yeah. So Ray was a better champion as far as business. Ray was a better champion as far as in-ring matches. Ray was also a better IC champion as far as having better moments than freaking Chris Jericho. Literally, what moment for Chris Jericho's IC champion was really that defining to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I remember that off the top of my head?
Beating Jeff Hardy for the 8th time, and then the following week he had the highlight reel with the Intercontinental title, and he just prompted it up, and not just that, but he kept on saying, "I'm the 9-time Intercontinental Champion. I'm for the first time ever. I've broken that record. I've broken my own record because no one reached even the 7th Intercontinental title reign." And every time he would mention that, what did Rey Mysterio do to really say that this Intercontinental Championship means a lot? What promo do you remember that Rey Mysterio did that really said this Intercontinental Championship means a lot?
Again, bad memory. Trying to look. Brain is thinking.
Well, I do.
Brain is thinking. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Terrence. You're the big Ray fan.
But I can't say it because then it's gonna help you. So I have to be unbiased here.
Okay. I do remember him cutting a promo. I think it was on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about how the IC Championship meant a lot to him, and he also said it goes to like the greatest worker, and it means a lot. Let's not forget. Like, come on, Chris Jericho fucking shared an IC Championship with China.
But that's in 2000. Past 17 years we're talking about.
Right. Yeah, but still, like, again, that got plays to what I'm saying. A lot of Jericho's IC title reigns are basically a joke.
But it's still memorable. Still memorable.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
You know what? And also, Ray has had more memorable feuds. You know what? I pulled the IC title thing up just to see fucking. Okay, so let's go to Chris Jericho at the start of 2000. Okay, so he was champion. He went in against. He shared the championship with China on December 28, 1989. Aired on SmackDown.
Speak up a little bit, Weston. You're kind of breaking up.
Okay, hold on. Better?
Speak up. No.
What the fuck? What's happening?
There you go.
Okay, now it's better. Yeah.
Okay. So we're going through the list here. Jericho and China as IC champion, very fucking forgettable. Jericho defeating China and Hardcore Holly. I mean, come on, fuck off. Uh, let's see, Jericho.
Let me help you out there. Jericho against Benoit. The multiple times they had those matches. Ladder match, 2001, Royal Rumble. His match with Benoit in SummerSlam 2000.
I'm going down the list. I'm going down the list. No pun intended. Do you recognize Jericho's reign as okay? That's bullshit. No one gives a fuck. Okay, let's go to Jericho's next reign. Jericho in a ladder match. Bullshit. No one gives a shit.
Okay. Okay.
Let's see here. Let's see what else do we got
One of
here.
the greatest
Next
openers in Royal Rumble history. All right.
Shut the fuck up. It's my turn. Then we got
Go
Jericho
Go
versus
ahead.
nobody fucking remembers because nobody remembers anything from Denver except for the Broncos. Chris Jericho versus this is a steel cage match against RVD. Okay, yeah, nobody remembers that shit. Should have been memorable, but it's not. Let's see. Now we're going to 2006. Jericho's next title reign happened in Milwaukee. Okay, come on, it's in Milwaukee. Really, no one fucking gives a fuck.
Hey,
then
that's
go to
gonna be
Chris Jericho.
Fastlane this Sunday.
Yeah, no holds barred match at Extreme Rules. Nobody remembers that shit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
All right. Don't worry, we're going off of Rays in a minute. So we know making it 2011. Yeah, I know one of those matches happened against Ray, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, most of his title reigns are fucking bullshit. There you go. Now let's go over Ray's exciting matches and title reigns. This should be
Two
quick.
title reigns. Okay. That spanned over 2 months.
Shut up, I'm not done.
You got nothing, dude.
Yeah, I got something.
Yeah. The championship that I'm gonna take.
No, you're not.
All right.
Okay.
You're wrong.
So then here, let's see, where's Ray? Okay.
Wanted in Houston, Texas. Okay.
Yeah, I know we're getting there. We're trying to start from the bottom to go to the top. Okay, haven't you heard Drake say that?
I'm about to fall asleep. About to fall asleep. What's your point?
Rey Mysterio basically won his first IC title, WrestleMania Houston Texas. I mean, come on, that's obviously more memorable than fucking anything Chris Jericho's done with the IC title, especially at this time.
Right.
How can you forget IC title reign at fucking WrestleMania? I mean, people still remember
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, everybody remembers WrestleMania 25. Yeah, from top to bottom, the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Actually, it is a good WrestleMania, but yeah. So then we go to.
That alone.
All right,
That alone should take the point away from you.
All right, I've made my decision. I've already made my decision.
All right, you know what? I'm ending this right now. All right.
At least you're trying to go into depth with one.
I know. I appreciate that.
Couldn't say shit. You were just like, oh.
Well, I'm waiting for you because you were a pussy not letting me talk, so I'm giving you the shot.
Dude, when it comes to this IC title talk, you're like fucking Zack Ryder when he got tossed off the stage. You just had no chance.
I had no chance. You were like Mankind falling off the cage. Like you had no chance in winning that match.
Which was memorable.
All right,
What
Adam.
did you say? Get out
you
of
there?
the water. Then I'll retaliate.
All right. I've made my decision. All right. Weston, you pretty much lost as soon as you said Mysterio, and here's why. You said that Mysterio sold more merch,
Yeah.
yet you didn't even mention that most of that merch that he sold when he was World Heavyweight Champion, not IC Champion.
I never said when he sold the most merch. I'm saying he was a better IC champion as far as business
Yeah,
goes.
but the argument is who's the better IC champion, and he didn't. Okay, he might have sold some merch, but the majority of merch that he sold, like the masks and the T-shirts and all that, he sold when he was the top guy.
I get that. I'm not arguing when his best merch sales were. I'm saying as far as business goes, he was a better IC champion than Chris Jericho, meaning as IC champion, he sold more merch than Jericho. I'm not talking about when was his prime as far as selling merch.
She got you there.
All right, let's move on from merch.
Okay.
Let's talk about something else.
But wait, what about all the merch that Jericho sold when he was champion?
He didn't sell really
Oh, come on.
Well,
Come
no,
on,
he didn't
Ross Jericho, all of that.
Actually, he didn't. Actually, he didn't. Even Jericho said himself during his heel run from like '08 to '10, he even
Yeah,
told WWE that
Jericho
he
Yeah,
said,
but
sold a
nah,
ton
he
of
didn't.
merch.
that's 08.
Jericho
That's 08.
sold.
You were talking about from 2004.
Yeah.
Jericho has won the title in 2004, 2008, and 2007.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when it comes to
Okay.
being IC champ, Jericho sold more merch as IC champ than Mysterio did. Anyway, I mean, just look at the amount of T-shirts that Jericho had. He had "Shut the Hell Up." He had the Jerichoholic shirt. He had a ton of shirts. Anyway,
It doesn't mean they sold.
but anyway, they did say, "Oh my God!" Anyway, so getting off of merch because Mysterio's merch sales was when he was world champion. By the way, Ed, I have to take a little bit away from you, only because you did not mention the Jericho and China thing, and I freaking love that. Like, I don't care what anyone says. I loved the Jericho and China co-IC champion story.
Because
No, how?
that happened in 2000. I can't really talk more about it. Like
Yeah.
I was from 2004.
Okay. So the point goes to Ed. Clearly, I was a little bit. The only thing that could have saved Weston is if he said either Shelton or Morrison. But he went with
Wow. Okay.
yeah,
No.
yeah,
No.
because Morrison was a
No.
great IC champ, and so was
Oh
Shelton.
really? Oh really?
Well, anyway.
Morrison was a great IC champion.
Yes,
How
he was.
wonderful. How?
Yes, he was. I mean, look at what he did for the IC belt. He pretty much.
What did? Yeah,
He
he
pretty much.
he
But anyway,
came out every
all
week.
right.
We'll
That's
save
not
it for
part
the
of the
next
point.
debate. We'll save that for the next debate.
Okay, if you said Shelton, I would have been like, okay, point Weston. But he freaking picks Mysterio, who wasn't even, in my opinion, a great world champion, and he's trying to freaking get. He's trying to get points. He's trying to get points. He's a vanilla midget. Anyway, he's trying to get points.
Whoa! Wow!
He's
Did
trying to
you
get
just
points.
call Rey Mysterio a vanilla midget?
Yes, I did.
He's
Anyway,
not Zack
so
Sabre
he's trying to.
Jr., bro.
So the only reason why he picked the vanilla midget is so Terrence would give him the point, and so I'm going with Ed.
Actually, no, because you heard me at the beginning saying who to go with. So no, I didn't just go for Ray because my friend happens to be a big Rey Mysterio fan. I went with Ray because I think he was literally the best choice. And you heard me thinking about that.
Yeah, he did. Trust me. So, and plus Jericho's my second favorite. So,
Yeah.
I'm just saying. No.
All right, but there's no way that Jericho, who's arguably one of the top 10 greatest of all time,
Morrison is a great IC champion and Benjamin. What?
you didn't even pick Shelton, dude. You didn't pick Shelton Benjamin. You didn't pick Morrison.
His title reign was a joke. Nobody even really remembers
Oh my
it.
God, your pick is a joke. Your pick of Mysterio is a joke. All right, Ed, I'm going with Ed.
All right. So
They know how to.
Terrence, who gets the point?
All right. So you guys, what was it? Let me just think here. Oh my God. Ed chose Y2J. Weston chose Ray. I was kind of shocked.
Yes,
that
we know that already.
Yeah, just like we know that you're here, but we don't want you here. Anyways. but I will say
love
this.
you,
I thought,
Adam.
I'm leaving it. I'm never coming back.
anyways,
I'll never be on the show again. I'm leaving for good. Damn it.
Stay,
Yeah,
Adam.
but-
I want to win.
All right, I'm taking my point away from Ed. 20 points to Gryffindor.
Anyways, I was actually shocked that Weston did chose Ray because I was kind of like, I thought he would actually choose the Miz because Weston always praises the Miz a lot more than I do, even though I like the Miz. But Ed did brought up a good point about he was Jericho was a 9-time champion, and he did sell a lot of merch, but he didn't sell a lot more merch than Ray. To me, Rey Mysterio is like top 10, maybe even top 5 best merch sellers of all time. Like, come on, masks, T-shirts.
But he
Come on.
stole a majority of them when he was holding the World Heavyweight Championship, not the IC belt.
The thing is, it's not about
It's not
merch.
about the
It's about
merch either. It's not the merch either. But Ed brought up a good point about the matches that Jericho had for the IC title. With Benoit. Obviously, people tend to say Jericho's best series of matches were with Benoit for the Intercontinental title in 2000 and 2001. So Weston, telling me and Adam and friggin' Ed that people don't remember that shit or don't really care about that shit. Yeah.
This question was a lot. It was really unfair because it's
But
like who's better IC champion than Jericho? You know, what I mean, there's not really that much good champions to choose from, to be honest.
I could choose The Miz. You could have said Randy Orton. You could.
freaking Dolph Ziggler.
I wouldn't go that
Dolph
far.
Ziggler.
Goddamn, I wouldn't go that far. Heck, I would have said I would also went with I'm talking about the last 17 years. So you go from 2000 to 2017.
You could have picked Miz, and Miz would have been better than Mysterio.
Here's the thing about the Miz. Even if I did choose the Miz and I did make a good argument, you guys still would go with Chris Jericho because he was fucking Jericho.
I didn't.
Hold on. And there hasn't been that. Let's be honest. The IC champion, as far as this is concerned, was kind of like flip flopped, especially after the Jericho and China thing. It was just kind of.
You know, there are two
I
guys,
like that.
There are two guys that if you picked them, Weston, I would have said fuck it. Like you probably would have gotten the point. Jeff Hardy, you could have picked Jeff Hardy or Randy Orton. Those two guys would have been like fuck.
Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton against Jericho. Yeah, so just give Ed the fucking point. Let's move on. This debate was unfair from the get-go.
It wasn't really unfair. It wasn't really unfair. You could have easily made an argument about that, but I'm just saying. But I do give the point.
All right.
to
So
Ed,
next
though.
question. All right. Next question.
Simply because Weston just basically offered me to give him the point because he
All right.
basically give up. What a loser. So what is this? What is it?
So you're gonna beat you 2 times in a row? Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and a
All
triple
right.
threat match. Wow, wonderful, riveting.
All right.
Anyways.
Next question. If you could ask Vince McMahon any one question, and he were guaranteed to answer honestly, like let's say he was given a truth serum beforehand, and he was guaranteed to answer honestly, what one question would you ask Vince and why?
What a great question. Not.
There's so many.
Go ahead, Weston.
Like I said, there's so many. So you have a define number one question.
Just so you know, for those who are watching, it's 3-1. So yeah.
Everyone wants to know about Vince.
It's so simple. Come on.
Not really.
Is the Montreal Screwjob a work or a shoot? Just kidding.
Oh, come on! That's not fair.
Yeah, I think this question, you just ruined it, Terrence. Man, these questions are fucking bogus, dude. You guys are terrible
Wow.
at coming up with questions.
Hey, I had as much time to prepare as you did, so just saying.
But okay, let's see. What is it? Well, okay, so no one can pick your job, obviously, because Terrence just said that. Man.
Do you want to pick it? Do you want to pick that that answer?
No, the answer is disqualified because then it's just cheating if one of us goes with it.
I'm willing to give it to you if you want it.
Yeah, I mean, you could have it, but you have to really explain it very well. So it's kind of a disadvantage if you think about it.
Yeah. Just no one can choose it. It's disqualified.
Okay.
But anyway, man.
The honorable ex-champion. Love it.
If you choose one, Ed, you can go ahead and go. Because like I said, I probably have to think about mine for a little bit.
Okay.
He's guaranteed to tell the truth.
All right.
Yeah, we get
Oh, it's another simple question. Did Macho Man did it with Stephanie McMahon all those years ago?
Shut
Stop
up.
giving them answers.
That was disqualified.
How can I be disqualified if I'm the host?
Question, lame tart.
Okay, I got one. The secret to his success.
Okay, why?
I kind of know that already, but yeah, go ahead.
No, but there's still like there are some shady stuff that he did. One of the biggest questions that I think a lot of people just don't get is how Vince McMahon just he got away with so much stuff like the independent worker contracts. Like, how did he get away with all of that? How did he get away with like the steroid scandal and all of that? That all has to do with the question of how did he succeed in all of that? Like, how did he succeed in beating like the steroid trials and all of that? Like, where are the strings? Where are um, who does he know? Whose hand did he have to shake? And if I know a little bit of that, dude, I'd be set for life. So,
All
as
right.
as a personal thing, I would ask that the secret to his success.
All right, good answer. Weston, you're up.
I'm still trying to think, man. This is. I mean, I will say this is a good question, but pretty much Terrence kind of helped to bury it by interfering.
Yeah.
Uh,
Way to go,
Like, you
Terrence.
really want to know if Randy Savage fucked Stephanie?
I think everybody wants to know that.
And if so, is there a videotape?
Wow, you want to see 12-year-olds? 12. Wow.
Did she snap into a Slim Jim?
She was. I think she was 18 at the time or 17.
17, yeah.
Okay, that's wow.
Snap into my Slim Jim. Oh, yeah, Stephanie.
Wow. Adam saying that, that's just hilarious.
every time you say Adam, I can't help but think of Adam from What Culture.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, it's kind of man.
Because he's a freaking smart ass. Ding.
Bing! All right, Weston, go ahead.
Fuckity fuck.
Good answer. Good answer. All right, Ed, you get the point.
Okay, give me like 2 minutes.
Oh, no, you don't get 2 minutes. Ed didn't get 2 minutes.
I
All
would technically get 4 minutes.
All
but
right, my point goes to Ed.
yeah. Oh my god, I haven't even put in my debate yet. See, this guy wants to give me the Texas screw job.
All right,
Listen,
Weston. All right, Weston. You got 2 minutes. Let's give you those 2 minutes.
All right,
Give it to
we're gonna take an ad break questionarium. Ding, 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 ding. Dum,
So,
dum.
how's
All right.
everybody's day been? Yeah.
Oh,
So
been awesome.
for the next 2 minutes, I'm going to be singing Taz's theme song. Beep, 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 beep. Donna, Donna. Oh wait, that's Roman. Never mind. It just became Roman. No. Taz's goes. That's Ambrose.
All right, Weston's got one.
I think I got one. Fuck,
Okay.
hopefully this is.
Did
Did you guys know? Did Vince McMahon know anything about Chris Benoit's health?
Hmm. Okay. Why?
Did he?
Why?
Obviously,
Why would you ask him that?
I would ask him that because there has been a conspiracy theory that Vince, basically he beat, he beat fucking Vince McMahon, as far as like keeping him on the road consistently to the point where, he kind of got messed up in the head. And I would tell him, did you ever notice anything different about Chris Benoit? And if so, why did you keep booking him when his health was, deploying, whatever the word is. Yeah. So did you ever see anything in Chris Benoit that could have made him do this? And also, were you involved in it in any way? Or
All right, guys, fight it out.
So
That's
when do I get
not
the
a
point?
bad choice.
Well, you got to fight it out first.
All right.
I want to hear your defense. Yeah.
Okay. First off, Vince McMahon is always well known of putting guys through the grind. You can ask Kurt Angle, where he would come back from surgery way too early. John Cena coming back from surgery way too early. CM Punk, all those guys are coming back so early because of Vince McMahon that he would put them on the road so much, and he didn't care.
never
And
mind. Hold on, I changed my answer. This is perfect. I can't believe you hit afterwards, but yeah.
you gave your answer, dude. You can't change it. You can't change it.
Shut the fuck up.
You can't change it. You can't change it. You gave your answer, dude.
Have you ever had any relations to any of your wrestlers backstage?
What?
I actually like the first
Yeah.
one better. Wait, what did he say?
Okay, I'll go.
That's way too close to the Stephanie question. So no, got to stick with your first answer. Sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's do
So
this.
okay. So are you gonna cut me off again?
No, go ahead. The floor is yours.
All right, then shut the fuck up. So now Vince
Rude.
always is known to put those guys. Shut the fuck up! I'm taking your title. So Vince is always known in putting those guys on the road, even when they're not fully healthy. You can ask Kevin Nash, where he had like a huge staph infection. All those guys that have been put on the road despite of that. Okay, my question is even better because it can actually change a life, and that is my life, the most important life in this freaking hangout. And I could become a freaking millionaire, and out of that, and this question is so valuable that anyone that knows the answer to it can be an overnight millionaire. As for yours, it doesn't benefit anybody. Like, what's the point of knowing? Did you know that Benoit was freaking injured before the incident happened? Well, of course, because the whole concussion thing that happened right after that, and everybody that got suspended afterwards because of steroids, and not just that, but now they're taking extra precautions with their performers. So of course they knew. So there's no secret there.
Well, this question is so handicapped because Terrence obviously had to point out the two obvious ones if you want answered. But I think my question is actually more.
There was so much more. I'm just saying.
There's an even bigger question than that. The snooker thing.
Oh,
You kind of fucked yourself there because you could have gone with that, but yeah. Anyway,
Well, you're the one that fucked yourself with the Benoit thing. Fuck.
that's true though. Okay. And on YouTube, right? When I first started, I used to go into a lot of like debate rooms where there was a lot of conspiracy theorists. They would ask the question, they would actually tell me that Vince was somehow involved with Chris Benoit's suicide.
I have an even better question. I have an even better question to ask him. Bruiser Brody.
But didn't
about
that happen?
What about him?
Actually, wait,
Why did you tell all of your wrestlers to not go to Puerto Rico and take the stand against Bruiser Brody's killer? Just wiki it. Just wiki it. You bunch of kids. You bunch of know-nothings.
Tony Atlas was there.
Excuse me that I don't have the WWE logo in my underwear. But yeah.
You wish. If you had if you could, you would.
Oh, so yeah. Anyway, your
No, you're right.
question is actually easily answered. Like, you can simply just follow the career of Vince through from 1980s to the Attitude Era shit and find out exactly how he did it. Like, you don't have to go to him personally answer. It's such a stupid question. Hey
Wow.
Vince, how'd you make it to the top? Oh yeah, I bought fucking TV time from TV providers. I fucking bought other wrestling promotions.
So did WCW. Where are they now?
Yeah, bought by WWE.
Okay. And WCW successful right now, right?
All right, I've made my decision.
I'm not even done. Damn it, dude. Again, politics. Anyway, so yeah, stupid question. And also, we do. Well, let's say like we do ask Vince about the Chris Benoit thing, and he did know something. again, a lot of people have been suspicious of whether he knew something about it. Maybe Vince did see that Chris's health was fading, so he went to ask Chris, but Chris kind of just was like, "No, I'm okay, I'm fine." So who's to say that Vince, doesn't say that he didn't, that he could have prevented this from happening? Because again, like even you said, he does overwork a lot of his wrestlers sometimes. So if anything, you kind of helped my question there at the beginning. Yeah, and they do, and also the Chris Benoit thing was such a big thing to the point where it made WWE come with like a health program and shit like that. So the Vince McMahon question, the Chris Benoit question is actually a lot more deeper than what you would think. And I know a lot of people, especially conspiracy theorists, who would love to know if Vince truly had something to do with it. Instead of, how'd you get to the top? Oh, it's simple. I fucking played politics with TV providers and companies.
But that's exactly what I want to know. Whose hands did he shake? Who did he know in the business? Everybody tried to do the same thing that Vince did, but no one was successful. Vern Gagne, Jim Crockett, Eric Bischoff, Paul Heyman, all those guys tried to do the same formula that Vince did, but none of them succeeded.
Stu Hart.
Dixie Carter was trying to do it with TNA for the past 10 years, even got Hulk Hogan to be on board, and they didn't even do half as good a business as WWF did in their worst day. So yeah. I want to know who Vince McMahon talked to. Who did he shake hands with? Like all of that leads up to his success. Like, yeah, it can be written, it can be made into a book, but nobody knows what's really going through Vince McMahon's head when he's actually doing those deals.
Vince McMahon could leave a lot out of the book. Like, he could leave a lot of truth out of the book because it's Vince, and the book is going to be a work. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like the book
is so corny and obvious. It's like
just because it's corny doesn't mean it's right.
If you literally just go on the internet and look up Vince McMahon's like to fucking stardom, it will literally tell you right there and then how exactly the fuck he did it.
But you have Vince McMahon under Truth Serum, and under Truth Serum, he's going to give you. He can't lie. He's going to give you the 100% God honest truth. A book is going to be a work.
Okay, here's the thing. If Vince McMahon, if anybody can really become the next Vince McMahon, how come we didn't have that for the past 30 years?
Who became the next? I'm not, dude. Yeah, Paul Heyman.
If it's so easy, because that's what she's saying.
Hold on.
You can Wikipedia it.
Hold on. Paul Heyman.
That's gonna be a new catchphrase. Wikipedia it.
All these other companies that tried to do what Vince did, Paul Heyman failed. Why? Because he didn't really know what he had going in. So, okay, yeah, could he have helped from going with Vince McMahon? Maybe, but they can't do it like him. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. That's why I want to ask him. Like, what's his formula? Like, how did he become successful?
All right. I have my point. Terrence, you can give the point first. You can give the point to Ed first. I
give the point to myself for being so nice and so cooperative.
Yeah. Oh, you are.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give the point to Ed here, and I'm not gonna be very biased. I'm actually being fair. The Benoit thing. There's potential there. There's potential there. But at the same time, with Ed's question, his question on Vince to Vince is saying, how do you become so successful? That can lead to a whole bunch of things, which, really, really interesting. So.
Yeah, but at the same time, you kind of handicapped us because you stole the fucking things you were supposed to think of.
Well, and, that's not really my problem,
You're the greatest judge ever, Terrence.
No.
All right.
Just give the question and not handicap us with answers in advance.
But hey, this is not my question. This is not my question.
Yeah, but you gave like two answers, but to Weston has a good point. Terrence gave like two good answers before.
I'm literally being screwed.
Dude, I had the same handicap as you, so there's no
Plus,
point in
plus,
whining.
plus, you can't really blame me because you guys had all this time to think it over. Plus, not Ed, Adam gave you the questions before I did. So that's another thing. You can't really blame me. If it was my question, but if it was my question, then sure, you can, blame me all you want. But if
Well,
it's
I
just
wouldn't, even if it was your question, dude.
you guys had, trust me, you guys all being a bunch of pants.
Throw his pants down and fucking just get to dick sucking him already.
I don't mind it. Do you mind it, Terrence?
No.
Okay. Well, what about Adam? Who would you give the point to?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say whose dick would you suck. All right. Because I say whoever buys me a steak gets the point, and their dick sucked. Anyway,
I think I got enough in my wallet.
I like how this podcast has just become whose dick would you suck. Anyway, so
And we're wondering
Wow.
why we don't have any girls over here.
right, all right.
You guys are so lame.
I give
No,
my
we're-
point. I give my point to West Coast Eddie.
Okay, next question. God damn it.
What's I want to know, like, what are the points right now? Who's in the lead?
I think we have a new champion.
Like that? Like as far as
No,
points?
No, it was tied in the beginning, then it was all Ed, and now it's all Ed again. So it's 5-1.
Uh,
You got this.
But trust me, you got two and then we get to the well, you can easily make this into a tie if you know.
Yeah, I was about to say I can go for the hope spot right here.
I know, right? I'm
yeah.
just saying. All right, so yeah, I already picked the one. So now it's my turn now. Pick a question. Something fair. Something fair. All right. Here. So I already took off the Intercontinental title question. All right, so that's out.
Question, by the way, because again, it was so unfair.
Hey, I have a good question. If you
All
don't
right,
mind me doubling
actually,
down.
I got this question, and this is gonna be okay. All right. Here's the question here. If you had to make a pay-per-view name after a WWE superstar, what would it be called, and why? Yeah. Not so easy, isn't it, you shitheads?
Does it
Question, man. Time you come up with one.
does it have to be like their name, or can it be like their nickname?
It could be their nickname. It could be anything that involves them. You know, like how they do those in your house pay-per-views. You know, I'm just something like that. You know, it's just a pay-per-view that revolves on the current WWE superstar.
Hmm.
Yeah, let's see. This is about your creativity here.
Can it be like any wrestler, like, or does it have to be from the current roster?
Current WWE roster.
Okay.
Oh, come on. You guys are a bunch of shitheads. Smoke break.
This isn't as easy as you probably think it is. I mean, hell, you did lose after all. Just saying.
A smoke break? Aren't you like 16?
Actually, no, he's 20, but yeah.
Really?
21.
Oh, okay. Oh, you look and sound a lot younger than you are.
It's a good thing.
Coming from the guy who sounds like a 13-year-old.
Well,
Wait,
I'm never
what?
giving you another point ever.
Are you talking to me or you?
What?
What? What? Loser says what? Nah. All right, I'm gonna give you guys another 2 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna give you guys another 2 minutes to think it over.
Do they have to be full-time or can they be part-time?
It be superstar. It doesn't matter if it's full time or part time. Doesn't matter.
Alright.
This is freaking hard.
That's
Of
what
course,
she
it's supposed
said.
to be freaking.
Uh,
Adam, you're not supposed to be saying that because you don't get none.
Not with you.
It's supposed to be
Of course, I don't think that way.
That's a shame.
What?
Nothing. Go on. I was purposely trying to make it weird, and I think I succeeded. All right, answer the question.
Always freaking Adam making things look weird and sound weird. Freaking Rico head ass. Orlando Jordan queer ass.
what?
We got a minute and a half. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da, da.
Beep, 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 beep. Down,
You got
down. Why do I always start singing Taz's theme, and then it always goes into Roman Reigns?
well. That means you're a Reigns fan.
Nope, never, ever.
Yeah, you're only seeing that because you want to be cool, anyways. So
Oh, that reminds me. I was walking through the mall yesterday, and I was wearing a Kevin Owens shirt, and this guy stopped me. He was like, "Hey, Kevin Owens." I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "Yeah, I was hoping they did this and did that with Finn Balor, and he came back in the Rumble, but instead we got Roman Reigns." And I was like, "Oh, I know." I just lowered my head. I was like, "Yeah, don't remind me."
and yet he's still getting a reaction.
Hey,
Anyways, you guys got an answer?
what about the most must-see show?
No, it's
So I-
pay-per-view.
Okay, the most must-see pay-per-view.
Okay, there we go. Better.
Okay. Why do you name that?
It's after the Miz. So the most
Wow.
must-see pay-per-view. When you call it that, when people hear it, they know that it's an important show. It's can't miss. It's must see.
So I guess in other words, WrestleMania. All right, Western wins. No, I'm just kidding.
it's kind of like a part of the big four, like even like the fifth big pay-per-view, and I can imagine like the stadium being like filled with like paparazzi, and there's like the red carpet near the entranceway, like through on the ramp leading up to the ring, and you got celebrities in the freaking in the audience, and it's one of those things that I think would be perfect for like Los Angeles and in the Staples Center, and yeah, I think it would be this great pay-per-view that would cross over as well, that can be even aired on different networks.
I've never heard Miz call himself that though.
The most must-see superstar in WWE history.
Maybe a couple of times. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So my answer is, I think this is a great thing to do. Actually, it's going to be a tribute to the wrestler after he retires. And you can replace it with one of those other weird pay-per-views that nobody cares about. This wrestling pay-per-view would pay homage to the Undertaker, and the pay-per-view would be called Hell's Gate.
By the way, am I cutting out?
A little bit.
No, it's me stuttering a little bit there. But yeah, it would be a tribute to the Undertaker, and the pay-per-view would be called Hell's Gate.
Is that allowed? Like a move? Because I never heard like Undertaker call himself Hell's Gate.
Oh no,
Well, no, but
it was the name of a move. Yeah.
yeah,
But it's not but it's not his name or a nickname.
Now, if you said
But it does
phenomenal
revolve around-
icons, that would be different.
yeah. So
You keep it-
this pay-per-view could have a nice theme to it.
But
Because-
you can't call it Hell's Gate, dude. You got if you're gonna
Disqualification. Point
it's
goes
a
to Ed.
No, he can. He can.
well, you
can.
said a name, you said a
can.
nickname. You didn't say like a move.
I said anything. I said anything that revolves around the character. Appropriate
yeah.
for a pay-per-view name that's based on the character. You can use that.
Just face it, you botched.
Well, you didn't say like move. Like if it
I
was,
did. I did.
You know.
Anything that it can be. I have to be specific, man.
Yeah, you have to be
Or you got- or you
specific
got-
when it comes to a question like this.
All right, point goes to Ed. Next question.
No.
No, but like
No.
if it was a move, then I could come up with other things. But I was thinking like straightly for like nicknames and just their actual ring name.
So far, I've taken about 10 points
Yeah.
away from Terrence. I've taken about 10 points. I've taken about 10 points away from Terrence from the next debate that
And
we
also,
do.
when it comes to Hell's Gates, the pay-per-view name, there's
Mike-
so much cool theme songs you can do with that. And also, you can also like design the entrance to kind of have like a gate and all that. There's so much you can do with this show. And also, the pay-per-view it can take in the first.
I don't think though that counts, dude. Adam, did you hear like Terrence say anything about a move?
No, I didn't
Yeah,
hear
I
that. I didn't hear that.
Rewind.
No, I didn't hear that at all.
Affiliated with the wrestler. Yeah, well, it's his question, and he knows his own question. And at least I paid attention because I did say, "Oh no, Hell's Gates." Perfect.
Well, he just said like nickname or like the name of a wrestler that named after a wrestler.
I remember exactly how this went. Okay.
Okay.
He said anything revolving a wrestler, meaning anything. And then you asked him a question, including nicknames, and he said yes.
And yeah, like he wasn't even specific. Like, dude, Terrence, like, no,
means anything.
no. He said like anything that okay, when he said like the wrestler.
Then he clearly stated anything revolving on the wrestler. Then you had a question: does that include nicknames? He said yes, anything revolving around a wrestler.
But moves can
Ed,
be like with any
Ed.
wrestler.
Moves don't have to do with the character. Moves don't have to do with the character.
Yes, they do.
But
What the? F-
yeah, they
high?
could.
Yes, they do.
It could be called Rock Bottom. 98.
Okay, all right. Then you know what? Because there was a pay-per-view called Rock Bottom, and Ed did not think of that. Then I will allow Hell's Gate.
Thank
There
you.
you go. There you go.
Before you left, I did say, imagine the cool theme songs you can do for Hell's Gate. And on top of that, even after Undertaker retires, that would still be a great pay-per-view to have. And also, imagine the entrance ramp you can do with that. By putting like a freaking cool gate right there, going towards the ring and some shit like that, there's just so much you can do with this.
Is that it?
So it's time for the rebuttaling.
Okay. Despite
Sounds
I'm
about
despite I'm being in a handicap, I'll still fight it out. My show, the most must see pay per view. It's first off, it's a catchy name, and second, it's a name that holds gravitas for the actual pay per view. You said it like at the start. Okay, when you said like it's going to be a throwaway pay-per-view that no one cares about. Okay, so I'm going to call it the Hell's Gate. That's what you said. That's what you said, and I was paying attention. And that's what you said at the start. It can be a tribute to. Shut the fuck up. That's what you said. Like that's what you said. That's what you said. You said it's going to be a tribute to The Undertaker, and it's going to be one of those throwaway shows. My show means more than yours. So the most must see, and you got all the celebrities in the audience, and all of that makes it even much more important. You got right there instead of the big four, now you've got the big five. Most must see pay-per-view part of that freaking lineage. Boom.
Let me tell you.
Hell's
I said-
Gate? What the fuck? How long did that take you to think of that, dude? Like and you can open up with the gate. Are you thinking of Armageddon again?
Hold on. I know. I said Hell's Gate could be such a great pay-per-view where you can replace one of the big
A
four.
throwaway pay-per-view.
Or replace. I didn't say it was a throwaway. I said you can use it to replace a show that nobody cares about.
You said it would be like one of those throwaway pay-per-views, and if it's gonna replace it,
The guy that heard Terrence.
that's what you said. That's what you said. It's gonna be one of those throwaway pay-per-views. You know, it's just gonna be one of those tribute, like a tribute to the Undertaker. It's like, yeah, it's gonna be one of those things.
Liar. You're a liar. For lying, Allah doesn't like you. But yeah.
You can't take the fact that you're losing.
I said you can use it to replace a big four, or you can use it
You
to.
did not say that. Oh, shut the fuck up! Now you're lying. You're the one that's lying. Right now. You never said that it's gonna replace one of the big four. Fuck off! You never said that.
Yeah, I said you can use it to replace one of the big four, or filler pay-per-view that nobody cares.
Yeah, filler pay-per-view.
Yeah,
That's what he said. You said filler
I think he
pay-per-view.
did say that. Yeah, I think he did say that.
He said filler pay-per-view, but he never said like part of the big four.
All right. I am ready. I am ready to vote. I am ready to vote.
I didn't say that, and I'll even rewind the YouTube video right on here if I can pull it up and show you guys. I did not say that.
All right.
Well, you
Here-
sound like underwater. It's hard to make sense of what you're saying.
All right. Here is who I'm giving my point to and why.
Okay.
Ed made a great point. Ed made a very, very good point with the paparazzi and also the having it in LA and everything like that. And he made it sound very glitzy and glammy. However, my point goes to Wes only because Hell's Gate, it might be a move, but yeah, so was Rock Bottom, which is why I allowed it. But the most see pay-per-view or whatever, it's just not catchy. Like Hell's Gate is like, if you look at everything else, like Armageddon, Fastlane, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Hell's Gate. Now put it in with WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam, Fastlane. The most it takes too long to say.
Well, it's
So
like Clash of Champions. So
that's longer than that. Clash of Champions it's like Clash of Champions. All right, what's the next pay-per-view? Clash of
most
Champions.
must see.
I want to make that a soundbite. I really want to make that a fucking soundbite. Must. You know what it sounds like? It reminds me in the movie Bruce Almighty when he's messing with Steve Carell. You're like, blah, blah, blah.
Either way,
Blah, 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 blah.
All right, Terrence, who gets the point?
the most must-see show versus Hell's Gate. Well, I'll just put it to you this way: if someone's cutting a promo and say, "Me and you, we're gonna fight," the most must-see show.
It sounds like Seinfeld's coming on. It sounds like Seinfeld or Friends.
versus me versus you, Hell's Gate, 29 holes, 29 holes. Yeah.
Join us on
Yeah,
pay-per-view
honestly,
for the most must-see pay-per-view. Join us on pay-per-view for Hell's Gate. Yeah, it's just it rolls. It rolls.
First of all, and here's the thing: the most must-see show is more or less like a nickname for the. It's like a nickname for the show. Like the most must-see show of the year, the pay-per-view name. It's like that name. It's like that name that you hear the guy in the intro of a pay-per-view. Now WWE presents the most must-see show, and then people be like, "So what's the most must-see show called?"
But
the
yeah,
most must-see show.
But that's the
And
thing.
then
Like,
the
if you go back to the '80s, like to the early '80s, and you heard WrestleMania, I mean, it sounds corny, but now that it has its lineage, now it's like, okay, we get it, you know, because it had its history.
But to
No.
me, calling it the most must-see show would be like if you changed the name of WrestleMania to the granddaddy of them all, and actually call the name of the pay-per-view the granddaddy of them all.
But
Yeah,
WrestleMania
basically.
went ahead from like Hulkamania, Beatlemania. That's
Yeah.
that's where it came from.
Titty
So
Mania.
No, I hear you.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
And plus,
okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Like Weston
but
can have the point.
All
but
right.
I
Well,
was
unfortunately,
no,
guys, I have to get going. But I wish I could stick around to see Ed's reign as champion, or his crowning, his his King of the Ring speech. Um,
all right.
Eddie 316. Um, but
Wow, sucking his
I
dick much?
shall return in about an hour, just in case you guys are still on the air. I will be back, but if not, thanks for having me on. And Ed, congratulations for winning the title. And I'll see you next
First of all,
time.
All right,
wow.
man.
So so what? It's now 4-2, I think, because Ed gave
No,
me his.
no, it's 3-5. It's 3-5. Yes,
Oh,
three to
okay.
five.
Because Ed gave me
So
his point.
yeah, so basically, yeah.
Shit. Turn to the deciding factor. Is it a tie or?
Should I make this a tie or should I make one last question and then we? Nah, nah. All right, let's have some fun here.
All right. What
It's
what
time
are
for
you planning? What are you planning?
it's time for the speed round.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
tied. Oh, 5-5.
Oh shit.
It's
Match of-
time. It's time. And you know what? Just for shits and giggles, we're gonna have 5 speed round questions. So yeah, and you guys get what is it? 2 minutes or less?
A
Yeah.
minute and 30 seconds for a rebuttal.
You know, I'm gonna give it 2 minutes and then the rebuttal because I know you guys take too long to think. Freaking idiots. So
You guys get questions from like 2000. It's like.
all right. Um all right, first question. Worst WWE chant. CM Punk or you can't wrestle.
So I'm gonna see Punk. CM Punk.
You can't wrestle.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with CM Punk.
All right, Ed, you go first.
Didn't
Why do you think
Weston
you can't?
didn't Weston answer first?
No, I'm going
Yeah.
with you now.
Okay.
Oh,
Um, should I go first or should Weston go
Yeah.
first?
you know
Okay.
what? Weston, go first.
All right, CM Punk. Okay, it's definitely more worse than you can't wrestle because the you can't wrestle chants don't really happen that often, but CM Punk. Oh my God! Anything that reminds these fucks about him, they just chant it, and they also do it during segments where it's not necessary. Like when Seth Rollins was trying to build his feud with Triple H, they still chanted CM Punk for no reason. And they also chant CM Punk whenever something boring is happening. You know, and they basically chant it for stuff where they don't need to be chanting it, which makes it even more annoying than the "You Can't Wrestle" chants. And also, anytime the WWE goes to Chicago, you're gonna keep hearing it. And it's been happening for what? Say he left in 2014 ish, so 2015, 2016. It's been happening for 3 years now. It's 3 years straight that we've been hearing the CM Punk chants. And literally, it's annoying for a lot of reasons, like reasons I just stated, because its used are not necessary. It's also used as a disrespectful slur, or not disrespectful slur, but just disrespectful in general. And it's just never gonna go away until probably the day CM Punk returns. Remember, I said probably until CM Punk returns, which I don't want personally. So who knows how long we're gonna keep hearing the CM Punk chants, and the "You Can't Wrestle" chants don't happen as often as that. And if you think they do, you're probably delusional.
All right, Weston, you're done. Ed, your turn.
the "You Can't Wrestle" chant still is going on strong today. Whenever Roman Reigns has a match, and the fact that people think that they're marks and just like thinking that they're very smart and doing stuff like that. They don't even know what they're saying. When they say it to a guy like Roman Reigns, who's actually a really good wrestler, when they're saying that to a guy that like John Cena, who's also another great wrestler, that's one of those things that makes people who are casual fans and people who are outsiders think of wrestling fans as freaking stupid. Because when they're seeing guys that are wrestling in there, they're probably thinking about us and like, why the hell are you watching it if you think this guy can't wrestle? But when it comes to CM Punk, and CM Punk being people chanting, I'd rather have people chant CM Punk instead of chanting boring at a match. Because when someone is flipping through the channels and seeing someone, seeing the 25,000 people chant boring, then they're like, why the fuck should I watch it if nobody cares about this match? But when they hear CM Punk, they hear a chant of people wanting to see a person, wants to see a wrestler, and that was over. And you talked about Seth Rollins and Triple H whenever they're in the ring and the fans chant CM Punk because they know that there is heat between CM Punk and Triple H. And Triple H being a heel, it's working. Same thing with Seth Rollins because people think that Seth Rollins has taken CM Punk's spot. And I have no problem with people chanting for CM Punk. And when he comes back, he's going to be like a freaking huge star, even bigger than he was once he comes back. And I know that he will.
Ed, time's up. Now, rebuttaling time. Weston.
All right. First off, the "You Can't Wrestle" chants don't happen as often as the CM Punk chants, and that's a fact. You can't disprove that. Also, the only time the "You Can't Wrestle" chants happen is when it's like at a big smarky show, like it's in Chicago or something like that. CM Punk chants happen everywhere. I mean, they were like in Minnesota, and this was happening, I think, on Raw or something like that. There were some where you wouldn't expect.
Speak up a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
No, not yet. It's like, are you far away from the microphone or?
Oh, I actually have it really close to my mouth. Can you hear me now?
There we go.
Anyway, so to fast forward my points here, the "You Can't Wrestle" chants don't happen as often as the CM Punk chants. That's a fact. "You Can't Wrestle" chants happen. The "You Can't Wrestle" chants they haven't been around as much as the CM Punk chants. CM Punk chants happen a lot more than the "You Can't Wrestle" chants.
Speak. It feels like you're far. It feels like you're far away, man. It's like the volume is like going down. Like you're saying.
Oh my god! You know what? Let me try my earphones. Fuck it.
All right. Give him an extra 5 seconds.
No problem. Don't worry. Trust me, I chose this question because I thought that this would be a good argument.
Mm-hmm.
Better?
Speak up.
Oh, better?
Kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Damn it, maybe it's my tablet.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, so did you guys hear the first part what I said?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said that. You said that the CM Punk, the "You Can't Wrestle" chants don't happen as often as the CM Punk chants.
Yeah, on top of that, the CM Punk chants have been going consistent for like 3 or 4 years now. The "You Can't Wrestle" chants rarely happen. And they didn't cheer it during a lot of Roman Reigns chants. They basically just boo when Roman wrestles. And John Cena's happened very few times, actually. With him, it's mainly just Cena sucks. Cena, let's go, Cena. Cena sucks. So, yeah.
All right. What about you, Ed?
Okay, just because it's not used that often doesn't make it right. Okay, I don't want to hear it at all. Okay, whenever you see a wrestler go into the ring and put his life basically on the line, and people are like, "Oh, you can't wrestle, you can't wrestle." Well, yeah, but if you went in there, you would be even worse than that guy. Okay, and that's one of the things that I really hate. Whenever someone says you can boo the guy, you can cheer the guy, you can chant for CM Punk, I'm fine by that. But whenever you go, you can't wrestle, That's like that's one of the stupidest chants I've ever heard. Next to what, and I really think that that should be just done away. Just because we don't hear it as much doesn't mean that it's not stupid. So I don't think it should even exist.
Now time for me to choose. Both of you men make good points, but I will give the point to I'll give the point to Ed here. But not by much. Weston, you did make some good points, and that you feel like though you can't wrestle chance, you feel like it doesn't happen too often, and that you think it doesn't happen to guys like Reigns and Cena and stuff like that, or not too often. But at the same time, it does make a good point. If you're having wrestlers put their bodies on the line, but yet you're telling them you can't wrestle, even though most of these fans, or if not all the fans who are watching the product in the building,
if I can real quick, they do chant CM Punk when wrestlers are wrestling too, so it's not really a good reason to
and
give them a point.
and
I'd rather have
But-
that than you can't wrestle.
But this is
Because-
still disrespectful. The point is the CM Punk chants.
You can't wrestle is even more disrespectful. That's like saying to a chef, "You can't cook," like while he's cooking you like a meal.
there you
Hold
go.
on.
That's
Anyway, yeah, just because you think the "you can't wrestle" chants is more insulting than the CM Punk doesn't mean they're not more annoying. Because it's all and saying CM Punk during when someone is wrestling, it means the same thing. Not only that, again, it goes a variety of ways. The people chant CM Punk during promos, backstage promos, wrestling matches, segments. I mean, the CM Punk chant is used
But
more.
CM Punk is indirect. It's an indirect insult. You can't wrestle is a direct insult. It's like straight to the heart.
CM Punk is chanting CM Punk is a direct insult because you're basically telling people you don't care what's happening in the ring or you care they can't wrestle. That's literally what you. That's
That's like me saying when I say CM Punk, that's like me saying, you're not really that nice of a guy. But when I say you can't wrestle, I'm like, no, you're an asshole. That's the difference.
okay, and I understand that, but at the same time,
Yeah.
the CM Punk chants are used in that way too, and they're also used in a lot more variety of ways on the show,
I
Like
don't
what?
agree.
and you can't deny that it's happened. There's literally evidence around it. The CM Punk chants are used in almost anything in wrestling.
like what?
Wrestling matches, segments, backstage segments and promos. I even heard it sometimes during entrances. It's also used during like video packages sometimes. It's used a lot more than you can't wrestle, and it also means you can't wrestle when people chant it during a match. So not only does it destroy the you can't wrestle chant by also being another way of saying you can't wrestle.
Okay, so my chant is the prime, and your chant is like the offspring of my chant, which is which is like the alien queen of the other chants, which makes my chant even bigger. So thank you
No.
for that point.
No, it doesn't. If anything, it makes my chant bigger.
No, mine is bigger because it's the mother of all chants. Because you said like the CM Punk chant is the same thing as saying you can't wrestle. So that spawns off of that. You can't wrestle has been going on longer than CM Punk, since like 2005 when John Cena was feuding with Jericho and Kurt Angle and frickin' Shawn Michaels. So there you go.
No. If anything, it works for my chant. Again, like I said,
Terrence, who got the point? Terrence, come on, who got the point?
is it kind of like the offspring of the you can't wrestle
I
chant?
said I already said first of all, you guys didn't let me speak. Good God.
God.
But you guys did make again. You guys made good points. That's why I said that a bit hard to choose. But I said I went with Ed here, even with the stuff that you just added now. The you can't wrestle chants have happened a lot longer than the Punk chants. It's been happening to guys like Cena, in 2005, heck, 2006, One Night Stand.
Right. No one was chanting for
There you
CM
go.
Punk then.
Literally, the way
Right.
you determined this was that you can't. The reason why yours is more annoying is because they've been going on a lot longer.
It's not
which
just
makes
that.
it.
Hold on, may I mind you, the CM Punk chants have only been around for like 3-4 years, and they're already more annoying than the "You Can't Wrestle" chants because people don't chant really "You Can't Wrestle" that often anymore. If they want to express their way of saying "You can't wrestle," they chant CM Punk during a match.
Can we move on?
Anyways,
Kind of got
so that is what is it? 3 and 6. Don't worry. Can Weston retain the belt, or can Ed finally win the big one? I think.
I got screwed, dude. That's the only way to say
Uh,
You keep on saying
Eh.
that.
it. The champion did not lose his title clean. Yeah.
what's the next question? Should I choose? Hmm.
Just want to mind you, if you ask other wrestling fans, they'll tell you the same thing. The CM Punk chants are more annoying than "You Can't Wrestle." But anyway,
All right. I got. Okay. I have the next question here. Who do you think is out of these two wrestlers? Who do you think is the better overall performer, Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins? And yes, I did choose them purposefully because I feel like both of them are similar, and the same.
I'm gonna go with Roman Reigns.
Rollins.
All
Roman
right
Reigns.
then. All right then. Weston, you go first.
First off, Seth Rollins can do more in the ring. And on top of that, he can be a good face and a good heel. I mean, he can get cheered and booed whenever you want him to. So whichever side of the fence you tell him to put on, he can do it. Also, Seth Rollins has probably a more marketable like wrestling look to him. Not by much, of course, but he does. Also, Seth Rollins, you could really do more commercial ads with him and stuff like that. Um, uh, let's see here. Also, Seth Rollins is a better promo. That's not even a debate. Seth Rollins could also be used in a lot more stories than Roman Reigns. And also, people won't disapprove of his matches, and they won't boo his matches just because of who he is. They'll actually pay attention because he's Seth Rollins. And also, Seth Rollins could probably move more merch. Actually, no, he has moved more merch, if I can say that right, than Roman Reigns.
All right. What about you, Ed?
Roman Reigns is in the top 3 merch sellers right now, after New Day and John Cena. And in a previous episode, when you were asked who would you put in a movie when it comes to who do you think would be the next Hollywood star, you picked Roman Reigns because and I will use your points again, Weston, where you said he has the look. He can talk, and he can be a good guy, and he can be a bad guy, and he can be a snarky, egotistical guy. He can be all of that.
No.
And,
No.
and
Let
yeah,
let
better
let Ed.
wrestler. Yeah, better wrestler as in an overall performer, not just in the ring. Okay, he's a better talker than Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins, this is the most important thing. You need to talk the fans into the arena to see you wrestle. There's no point of having a 5-star match when you've got 5 guys in the arena. Roman Reigns can bring in more fans as top guy, and not just that, but also he always gets a reaction more so than Seth, whether it's being booed or being cheered. He gets a John Cena type reaction of like fans would erupt, whether it's like through passion, whether they're booing him or cheering him, more so than Seth. Seth has been like when he first turned babyface, he was a bust. It took him so long for him to actually gain the fans on his side until he restarted his feud with Triple H recently, a couple of months ago. That's when people started to turn and be like, yep, now we care about Seth. But Roman Reigns has been consistently been cared about by the fans, whether they hate him or love him. They still care enough to make a reaction. That's what makes Roman Reigns a bigger and better wrestler
right.
than Seth
All right.
Rollins.
All right. Now it's time for the rebuttal. This should be good.
First off, this dude is so fucking like a biased liar to the point where he says Roman's a better mic worker than Seth. Really? Okay, anyone that decides to vote over that literally is just a biased moron to that point. Like literally.
So you're saying if I choose Ed's point over yours, you're saying I'm a moron.
No. Okay, if your deciding factor in this vote in this thing right here in this debate, if your deciding factor is that Roman Reigns is a better promo cutter than Seth Rollins, then yes, you are a biased. Uh, you're right. So sometimes in-ring work doesn't matter, but in today's era of wrestling, people only care about the in-ring product that Seth Rollins has. Not only that, Seth Rollins again he's attracted to casuals and hardcores. Hardcores don't like Roman Reigns. They don't. But Seth Rollins can attract the casuals and the hardcores. Um, and on top of that, you're not even basing this off of who's the better overall wrestler. You're literally basing it off of like looks and movies and shit like that. That wasn't the debate at all. You know, when I say Seth Rollins and what I'm trying to say for him, I'm trying to defend the fact that he is the better overall wrestler than Roman Reigns. And to be honest, yeah, I really do think that way in real life. I like Roman Reigns, but Seth Rollins is the better overall performer with him in so many ways. Is it by much? Sure, not that much, but yeah. And also, let's also get in the fact that Seth Rollins, he can literally have a good match with anyone. Roman Reigns, yeah, he's a good, consistent performer, but he can't do what Seth Rollins can do in the ring. And on top of that, people are going to pay tickets to see Seth Rollins. Uh, so yeah, try to debate any of that. I mean, debunk.
All right. You said like in-ring work. In-ring work only takes like 20% out of an overall performer. Overall performer, Roman Reigns is better than Seth Rollins. In-ring work, okay, fine, Seth Rollins is better. But Roman Reigns as an overall worker, when it comes to promos, when it comes to moving merch, when it comes to a freaking look and personality, all of that, he's better than Seth Rollins. Was Hogan a better in-ring worker than everybody else in the 80s? No, but he was a better performer, as in he would bring in fans and sell out arenas and move merch, and was a great promo. That's the reason why he was the top guy, and that's the reason why Roman should be the top guy right now, and much more than Seth Rollins. Okay, and he doesn't fumble up his lines just like Seth Rollins did. Tuck your tail between your tail. Roman Reigns can say "suffer and succotash" without even flubbing up his lines, and you know what? He recovered from that. Besides all of the shit that he went through, he recovered from that. And in 2015, the same people that were booing him in that Royal Rumble match after he won, they were cheering him at the end of that year. So Roman Reigns can always turn the corner. As for Seth, yeah, he's a great wrestler. That's pretty much it. There's nothing more than that.
Again, you're trying to literally, like, dude, I'm a Roman Reigns fan, and I can even say this unbiasedly that Roman is not a better promo than Seth Rollins. You're literally judging Seth Rollins' entire promo one promo, which is like stupid.
Not just one promo. He had points where he would have like 20-minute promos to open up the show. And he was boring as freaking top guy as the champion.
A part of that isn't his fault.
But still, he was given the ball.
At least I make my point real quick.
You already made your point. You already made your rebuttal. That's it.
Okay,
yes, you did.
See, Seth Rollins, I will agree. Okay, he felt kind of boring at times, but the
Roman never is boring.
Hold on. So yeah, he was boring at times during his title run. That's only because WWE was busy trying to shove him down your throat. And on top of that,
oh come on! Like they never shoved Roman Reigns down our throats.
I'm not saying that. Anyway, so, but that's not really his fault though, because he was like, how many wrestlers do you know, especially, I don't know, someone like Roman Reigns that could literally keep the crowd's attention by a promo for like 15, 20 minutes? Exactly, he can't. And
He
also,
gets a reaction.
Rollins as a wrestler is more marketable. Your whole thing
In what way? In what way is he more marketable?
is, do you not understand English?
No. Marketable. You're saying marketable, not as a wrestler, not just an in-ring performer, but more than that.
I'm
Okay.
not saying just as an in-ring performer. You're putting words in my mouth. I
Okay, go
literally
ahead.
mean, like, as far as his look goes, you can put him on a wrestling poster, and girls and gay guys and even other guys are going to be like, you know what, maybe I need to go see this. Roman Reigns, would people think that about Roman Reigns? Maybe, but then they'll go home, watch YouTube, and be like, why the fuck are these, like, hey, man, he must be horrible because he's getting booed. I don't know if I want to see that.
But
Why would I?
women still are in love with him. Women are still in love with him. Kids are still in love with him. Like, the casual fans are in love with him.
And the woman loves Seth Rollins. Again, the woman
More
loves
than Roman. More than Roman. If you're going to actually weigh in who gets more fans.
Let me use this as an example. I showed my sister a picture of Roman. I was like, you know what? Most women think he's hot. What do you think? She's like, he's okay. I showed her a picture of Seth Rollins, and she instantly thought she's hot. Granted, it's only one person, so I went and asked my other sister. She said the same thing. Seth Rollins is hotter than Roman Reigns. So I've also asked a couple of my friends that have come over that are female, and they say Seth Rollins is hotter than Roman Reigns. So yes,
Okay. I asked my girlfriend before even Roman Reigns was a big thing. She liked him when he was part of the Shield. Starting out, she's like, "Oh, this guy is actually pretty hot." And I've asked like multiple casual fans. They're into him. They like Roman Reigns because he's that tough guy.
the casual fans are into Seth Rollins too. The hardcores are. My whole point is Seth Rollins can attract more of an audience as a whole than Roman Reigns could. And
No
that's
way, no way. Roman.
even if I wasn't doing this debate and we were just talking about Roman, I would say the same thing.
There's a reason why you picked Roman to be the next Hollywood star in the past Desire of Wrestling episode, and you didn't pick Seth Rollins. There's a reason for that, and that is because Roman is freaking marketable. And the fact that Seth Rollins, the only merch that he actually pushed was the Cena parody shirt. That was the only shirt that was a bestseller. Other than that, other
Claim
is
Seth
it better?
freaking
Is it better? Okay, is it selling better than the Roman Reigns merch? Is it better selling than the other Belief shirts? If you look at the fans at every single episode of Raw, more people are wearing Roman Reigns shirts than actually Seth Rollins. I can barely spot anybody that's wearing Seth Rollins shirts in anybody in the part of the audience.
that's not true. I see Seth Rollins shirts everywhere, especially the Seth freaking. Which, granted, I do think it's a lame shirt, but it's a top seller. What can I do? At least it's selling more than Roman Reigns' shirt. And yeah, it might say
No way
right
it's
now that
selling more than Roman Reigns.
it might say he's a top 3 merch seller right now. But who's to say he didn't just recently come out with a new shirt or something like that? You know what I mean? And on top of that,
He's been in the top 3 for a long time, for years, for the
and on
past
top
3 years.
on top of that, those things change on a dime. Who's to say Seth Rollins doesn't become the top?
Seth Rollins hasn't been in the top 5 in a while now. The New Day, the Brock Lesnar shirt, the John Cena shirt, and the Roman Reigns shirt. Those are in the top 5. Seth Rollins isn't even in the top 5. He's like in maybe top 10.
And also, we're not debating about movies, which you're like, oh, yeah, he's good. You the movie.
That's because he's a crossover star. That people will see a Roman Reigns movie over a Seth Rollins movie.
Hold on, we're not
All right.
talking. My thing is, we're
All
not
right.
talking about movies.
All right.
We're talking about a better overall wrestler.
All right. I've
Give
heard
it.
enough. Heard enough. See,
Yes,
there's a reason why I asked this question, because I know this is gonna be one big ass argument. You guys made some good points, as usual. Who should I go with here? Seth Rollins appealed to the casuals and hardcores. Roman Reigns gets one of the biggest reactions in WWE today. Ed uses a previous debate question over Weston. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I have to side with Ed on this one. I have to
Oh,
side with that.
Booyah!
I have to side with that on this one. I think the moment to be quite honest with you, the moment he actually used your previous debate
yo, come
against you,
on, better
come on, no,
over.
no, but here, no, come on, like here's the thing, man. I even remember the last question, even in that question as well. You said that if you were to pick a WWE superstar or a wrestler to film in a movie, who would it be? And you
But you
basically use
come
but
on,
but
fuck, come on. If you would have said who's the
but
best overall wrestler stream of I probably would have
but
gone with original. You're talking about a better overall wrestler. Are you fucking kidding me?
but but
Judges are stupid. Yeah.
Now you know what Adam feels.
Ed, you should be shutting the fuck up right now. But anyways, what is this? What is this? 7-4, 7-4. I think no. Actually, it's 6-3, 6-3, six
Like a
three.
return trying to call a match. It's like
All right,
literally.
Weston, don't worry. You still got a chance. Don't worry. Come
No, not
on.
with the. Because you're like, I'm gonna ask you a question about the best wrestler. Oh, he's just doing a movie, so he must be right.
Hey,
Is
Come on.
the movies part of that? Like, crossing over, bringing in casual fans?
God, if we're only talking about better overall wrestler,
Yeah, wrestler, not in-ring work. In-ring work is like 20% of what makes a wrestler.
I'm not just talking about in-ring work, you retard. I'm talking about better overall wrestler.
I got the point, you retard. I'm taking your title, so shut the fuck up.
You don't even understand me. Like, literally.
all right. All right. Next question.
Right. Go ahead.
This is freaking Adam and Terrence trying to call this one. We could get you one. Is that a DQ? No, is that a DQ? No. Okay, no, it's not. They don't even understand their own question.
Uh,
All right. Next question. Weston, are you pissed?
Yeah, because you guys don't even understand your own questions. Like we're talking
Anyways,
about
next. Anyways, next. Anyways,
movies. What the fuck?
anyways. Besides, if I would actually rebuttal that last question that Ed asked in that debate, he talked about choosing a wrestler that would be successful in Hollywood. We're going based off of their actual ability as a superstar that involves character, and
There you
Mike
go.
Skills is one of them. And
Why didn't you fucking say that to begin with?
it's that obvious. Come on.
Come on, dude. Now, Weston. Now you feel what I felt like when it came to that pay-per-view question.
Yeah, trust me, it was that obvious. Come on. Shit, you guys are a bunch of bitches.
You said wrestler. When Seth Rollins clearly is the better wrestler.
It was really obvious to me, Weston. You should have been paying attention.
He got you there, Weston. He got you there.
You guys drunk today?
No, I don't drink.
I'm drunk on
Anyways.
life, dude.
Anyways, next question. Better heel, Charlotte or The Miz?
The Miz. Miz.
All right.
Charlotte. Okay. Charlotte.
All right. Okay. Cool. Weston, go for it.
First off, The Miz is the better heel because he's the one that made Daniel Bryan who he was. And as we all know as wrestling fans, we adore Daniel Bryan. And also, The Miz started that off with one of the most memorable moments. And actually, it's in the last 10 years as far as wrestling. When he asked Daniel Bryan, where's your charisma? Where's your personality? Answer your critics. So he literally made Daniel Bryan what he is, what he was. And not only that, just by that one promo, he put over Daniel Bryan. Okay? And on top of that, The Miz made the IC title relevant by being a heel. People were talking about The Miz being one of, if not the best heel IC champion they've had in a while. Also, The Miz, right now is doing the best work of his career by what some people will tell you. The Miz gets people talking. Okay, The Miz literally had a good back and forth with Cena. And, by the way, I'm not just talking about the John Cena promo. Promos in general, The Miz has been on his A game since like the start of like 2012 or 13. Also, let's not forget, he uses his wife Maurice in the best moments necessary as far as a heel.
All right. 2 minutes is up.
All
2
right,
minutes is up.
one more point, and that's it. The Miz also
5 seconds.
has good, consistent matches as a heel. And I don't mean that by doing flips and kicks. I literally mean he can tell a story.
Ed, your turn. Your turn. You
Okay.
get 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
All right. 5 seconds, really, really important right now. Okay. Charlotte. Charlotte is right now the best heel in WWE right now because she's actually carrying a division on her freaking back. When did Miz ever carry a division on his back? Charlotte has multiple women after her, and she's elevating each one by each match she's having with, and each one of those matches are talked about by everybody. Like, despite people might disagree with the title changing hands, people are still saying, "Oh my God, that match was freaking 5 stars. Oh my God, that match was freaking great." The Falls Count Anywhere match, the freaking Iron Woman match, the match with Bayley. All those matches were freaking awesome, despite of people might disagreeing on that. And you can say the same thing about The Miz, where he's feuding with Dolph Ziggler, but those titles also changed hands as much as it happened with Charlotte. And Charlotte has been cutting consistent great promos as well. And if you're going to say that the same thing about The Miz, it's and you actually said in a previous question, that you would have picked The Miz as the best Intercontinental Champion of the past 17 years, but you didn't because you thought that he didn't do much with the Intercontinental title. So that right there, boom, out of the window. Charlotte actually elevated a new championship that really that was brought back, and she elevated her with her matches with Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Becky Lynch. And what more
And
else
2 minutes.
can I say about
2
that?
minutes are up. 2 minutes, 5 minutes are up. 2 minutes and 5 seconds are up.
All right.
Now it's time for the rebuttal.
Listen, never take drugs, because when you think
You should take your own advice, dude.
you think Charlotte is carrying a division and she's making the women's division relevant, and she had a match people would talk about, it's like, oh yeah, that's why Raw is fucking gets buried every time. And one of the reasons it gets buried is the fucking women's division there. Yeah, good job, Ed. Good fucking job. This is not a debate. Let's go on.
Is that it?
Yeah, and oh, the fact that you think that just makes me laugh. Oh my god, people are delusional.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Okay.
This has
Despite
been one
everything,
awesome birthday.
despite everybody, what everybody says about Raw every single week, the women's division is always the glimmer of hope that there's something good that's going on Raw. The matches that were happening, the Falls Count Anywhere match that happened last year, the matches that happened between Sasha and Charlotte and Bayley, the last match that they had was freaking awesome and was talked about, even if people disagreed about what was going on. She carried, no matter what. Hold on, it's my turn. No matter what happens, no matter what you say, Charlotte was carrying the women's division. It still is carrying the women's division. When has Miz ever carried a division on his back? Main event? No. His main event push? No. His forgettable Intercontinental title runs? Hold on, it's my turn. You talk about Jericho having forgettable title runs? Fuck. Every single title run that Miz ever had was freaking forgettable. Like, I don't even remember half of them. Like, you talk about his memorable promo. How long did that take him to finally hit his peak? Charlotte just started, and she's only getting better. While Miz is started 10 years ago, and now he's finally hitting his stride. Charlotte started off as a 5-star performer in NXT, and now is still getting better and better and better. So, boom, there you go.
Yeah, you're right. He didn't carry a division. He just carried an entire SmackDown brand to relevancy.
He carried it. Oh, not AJ Styles, not freaking Dean Ambrose, not John Cena.
Oh, Dean Ambrose didn't help. And AJ Styles maybe helped, but Dean.
Maybe helped. Yeah, AJ Styles maybe he had 5-star matches. Yeah, maybe John Cena maybe. Yeah, Randy Orton, Bray Wyatt. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Miz
By the,
overshadows all of those guys. Yeah.
by the way, you're right about Charlotte carrying a whole entire women's division, which is why people are so excited about her match at Fastlane. Bullshit.
But either way, but no matter what you say, she's still carrying the division. It's still on her back. No matter what people say, she is right now considered the greatest women's wrestler in wrestling today.
The Miz is such a good heel that he helped bring SmackDown back to relevancy. Do you know how hard that is? And on top of that,
Miz alone. Come on, Charlotte and Sasha and Bailey and Becky. Okay, but Charlotte is the focal point. She's the heel. She's the heel that is carrying the division on her back. While the Miz,
she basically buried the division.
How did she bury the division?
Time there's a match with her and someone else had a pay-per-view. People were like, oh yeah, Sasha's gonna lose. Oh yeah, Bailey's gonna lose. Charlotte's gonna lose.
But nobody thought that when it happened at Hell in a Cell or Roadblock. Some people thought that Sasha was gonna win. So there you go. And not just that, but people were booking it. They were saying no. Even like Solomonster and other podcasters were like, no, we think that Sasha's going to win at the coming pay-per-view. They never even thought about like she's going to break her record at WrestleMania. Now, every single time she has a match with any woman in that division, she has a great match.
Yeah. Apparently, this guy's trying to disprove that, but The Miz is so good that earlier in the show, he wanted to do a pay-per-view called the most must-see pay-per-view.
I named it that because it has to do with the gimmick. The gimmick, yeah, I think the gimmick is great, but I don't think that as an overall wrestler, I don't think he's great as an in-ring performer. I don't think so. Charlotte
All right, guys.
This is why I dropped.
Guys.
I want get out.
Guys.
Who's in the lead, bitch?
Guys, come on. First of all, I think some of you. I think you made points. Not bad points. You made points. I think you guys are a little bit confused with the question. I didn't ask who was a better overall performer. I asked who was a better heel. All right. Most of you idiots will be talking about title reigns and shit like that. I don't know what. Come on. Let's just be real. But I will say I will give the point to Weston here. I'll give the point to Weston here. Because God damn it, like come on, like I like Charlotte too, but God damn it, you're gonna say that she carried a division with 3 women.
Well, 4 or 5, Nia Jackson, Alicia Fox, but still, she carried it. Like she still carried it.
That's like friggin' American Alpha carrying the SmackDown Tag Team division. What division?
Well, that's different because American Alpha. There's no one else in that division.
Just like the Raw women's division. Other than what?
But you still got good wrestlers in the division on Raw. You still got Sasha Banks and you still got freaking Bailey. Like there's still good wrestlers in that division. Unlike the tag team roster.
Matter. I thought wrestling didn't matter. That was only 20% of the work, and now you're like, oh, but they're good.
But that's part of the story. That's part of the story. She's elevating. That's what a heel is. The heel elevates the baby face. When did Miz
and by the way,
he's one of the best.
Michael Cole was the one that elevated Daniel Bryan. Fuck. Michael Cole with his promos with Daniel Bryan. It wasn't the Miz. When Daniel Bryan, he cut the promo on Michael Cole on NXT. That's what got him going. The stuff with the Nexus.
This debate seen management. And you lose.
Weston. Guys, I already gave the point to Weston, and furthermore, mic skills. Miz is way better on the mic than Charlotte. Come on. Do you want to hear every week Charlotte saying, "I am the greatest women's champion"?
but she still gets like a huge reaction from the crowd. Everybody's booing her, not making her talk.
Trust me,
No.
at some point they're gonna cheer her. Anyways, moving on. So what is it? 4 and 6 now?
Yeah.
Is that all right? Okay, so that was the third question. All right, so we got 2 more questions to go. All right, let me think. All right. Hmm. All right, let me think of one here. Good God.
It's been a great match, even though I have to lose by politics probably. But yeah.
What do you mean politics, man? Shut the hell up, man. God damn it. You and your
Uh,
complaints. See, that's why they talk about politics. Let me think of one here. Yeah. All right. I think I got one here.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Hmm.
By the way, Ed,
This
even
next,
if I just want to say I am a fighting champion, and that you enjoy being champion, get it back, even if I do lose it.
oh, you're definitely gonna lose it tonight.
Nonetheless, Ed, good guy. So I'm gonna acknowledge the fact that you had at least a 1 week reign.
A 1 week reign.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna save this question for later, for the last one. Let me think of one here.
Get your
Oh, this is the greatest show in the world.
All right, got one. Number 4. Out of the 2 current world champions we have on Raw and SmackDown, who do you think deserves to have a much longer reign
Bray
as
Wyatt.
the champ?
why?
It's so obvious.
Yeah, dude,
I thought.
ask a different question. This one was so obvious. Really? Yeah, Bray Wyatt. End of
Like
discussion.
no shit.
I thought you idiots were gonna choose Kevin Owens.
Ugh.
It's not even a dude.
All
Come with a
right, all right.
joke,
Actually, all right. Who do you think? Who do you actually? I got one. I actually really got one. A good one here. Who do you think deserves to get a shot? Actually, not a shot. Who do you think should get a run at the WWE/Universal Championship? Sami Zayn or Dean Ambrose?
Sami Zayn.
Oh. Oh god, that's like deciding, hey, what do you want to do today? Diarrhea or shit for like 2 hours?
I'll go with Sami Zayn.
Oh my god.
Well, I guess I got Dean Ambrose, but shit, no pun intended. That's not giving me much to work with.
Eh,
Good god, way to come up with the most horrible question in fucking Desire of Wrestling history.
you want me to give you a different question then? Actually, no, F you.
Oh, I like this question. I could bury the fuck out of Sammy and Ed while I'm at it.
Oh, you're the one that's gonna get buried, dude. I'm in the lead, and I'm going to bury you 6 feet under with the 29 holes and the 29 souls.
What are you gonna do though? Make some fucking dumbass pun like, I'm gonna give you one hell of a debate. So clever.
By the way, if Weston does win this round, the last question is going to be worth 2 points. So, yeah. Weston,
Guys, I got the personality of a rock. What's up?
no, first of all right, let's begin. The question is, who do you think should get should become a WWE/Universal Champion? Sami Zayn
I
or
picked
Dean
Sami
Ambrose?
Zayn. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sami Zayn.
yeah. So Weston, you go first.
I already won this before they even fucking starts, by the way.
Go
But
ahead. Go ahead.
no, no,
Go ahead.
First of all, the reason I chose this question was because I wanted to see if Weston would defend Dean Ambrose.
you know what? You know, go ahead. You have the floor. Why do you think the most boring guy in wrestling deserves a title shot?
Because, okay. I can defend freaking Sami Zayn because first off, there's a built-in storyline. There's a first off, shut up. There's a built-in storyline with freaking Kevin Owens, okay? And second of all, you said it in an earlier question that Dean Ambrose is fucking a boring wrestler and can't talk on the mic, okay? And that he's really boring on the mic, and that makes him a horrible world champion. Sami Zayn at least can talk on the mic. He can freaking talk Arabic. He can talk French. He's a freaking crossover star. He can go to Canada. Can go to France. He can go to any of the Arabic countries and be over as fuck. Okay, and he's a better wrestler than Dean Ambrose. He has a better personality. He's actually, you know what? If he was booked better, people would actually love him because in his feud with Braun Strowman, people actually was getting into it because of freaking Sami Zayn. And that's one of the reasons why I think Sami Zayn deserves a run with the title because he would elevate any wrestler that he would face off against more so than freaking Dean
All right,
Ambrose.
time's up. Time's up, jabroni. Weston.
Defend Dean Ambrose.
Why do you think he? Why do you think he should be a world?
Guess what?
Dude, you sound like you're underwater. Are you talking to SpongeBob right now?
Under the sea.
Who's gonna get buried 6 feet under? Weston, former champ.
Hold on, Darren. Can I come out and come back in just see if that works?
Yeah, sure, no problem. All right,
I thought you already came out.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. 1 sec.
All right. Riveting. All right. Got a break right now. And I'm in the lead. 6-4. Let me know, you guys, if I deserve to win this, because I know I do.
All right, better?
Yeah, much better.
Yeah, hopefully it stays that way.
All right, wait up for Terrence. Terrence said he'll be right back.
All right.
Ugh.
Ed, can you plug a commercial real quick so I can go actually do something real quick? It only take a second.
All right.
All right. Yeah, we're taking a 2-second break. At least.
Yeah, guys, skip like a minute forward, or a minute or two. Zero. I'm in the lead right now. Getting ready for my freaking coronation. About to win the title. It's gonna be freaking awesome. As I await for them to return. Freaking awesome. Welcome back, Judge.
Yeah, I'm back. So did you guys
Yeah,
kill each other yet?
I'm waiting for Weston to come back.
What happened to him?
I don't know. He just said like he'll do something for like 2 seconds and he'll be back.
I think he's gonna make a comeback. Oh my god! I'm not gonna lie. I'm a dick. I actually picked this question on purpose.
Uh, I'm
I didn't
really
know.
I really
didn't
want to
what-
know how he's gonna defend Dean Ambrose.
I didn't know what wrestler you hated,
Mhm.
so I just chose two wrestlers that he doesn't like. Wait, what wrestler don't you like?
I'm really not a fan of like Dean Ambrose. So there you go. Speaking of a fan of Dean Ambrose,
Hey, Lunatic Fringe is back. Camera's on. Ignore that. Ignore that, fans.
Hello,
You never saw me. This
gentlemen.
never happened.
The champ is back.
the
By the way,
fortress.
Ed. By the way, Ed, this is ending up being a classic match, dude. I came, tied it up. Now he's 1 point ahead, and now I got the easiest question to deal with, which is who's.
Are you guys
Actually-
are you guys still going on?
Right.
Yep.
Oh my god. I really like when I came back I was like, oh, they're probably just bullshitting after the show. I didn't expect the show to still be going on.
Dude, it's an epic match. By 1 point, and then the next question is the
All right.
main event.
Alright, well don't spoil it for me. I'm gonna listen to it in syndication.
No, it's still 4-6. I'm just saying if you
Ed,
do,
Ed, if you blow this, then I don't know what I don't think we can be friends anymore if you blow this.
So are you
I
saying?
gave you, dude. I stacked the odds in your favor so much.
oh my
Like-
God,
like-
you
like-
guys are
like-
killing it.
Like are you saying like if I blow this, you're not gonna blow me?
Right, exactly.
Anyways, Weston, go. I don't got time, man.
All right. By the way, happy birthday, Terry.
Oh, happy birthday, Terrence! Yay!
Yeah, F you.
I was gonna say that on Facebook, but like I didn't. I wanted to say it personal since we got a closer friendship, you know. But anyway,
Yeah, I know, right?
yeah.
Well, I wanted to
That's
say it
why it took
personally
you so
since
long
we have
to
the most
say happy
personal
birthday to
friendship.
him.
Yeah, you do
Anyway.
it. Yeah, you do it when
So-
it's like friggin' 7 minutes till tomorrow. Dick.
I was like the
Well, you know
first
what's funny?
person. I was like the first
Okay.
person to ever say to him happy birthday. So
Well, you know what's
Anyways.
funny? I logged off before and I went on Facebook and I was like, oh shit, it's Terrence's birthday. I should have just said happy birthday on the show. And I was like, nah, I don't know if he would want me to do that. So yeah.
Well, you did it, so that's great. Anyways, I don't
Anyway.
got no time.
First off,
Weston,
Dean is deserves to be a champion better because he's always going to be affiliated with the Shield, meaning people are always going to like him for just that reason. Also, Dean is a better character than Sami Zayn because Sami Zayn simply has no fucking character, and if you debate that, you're probably high on heroin. Also, Dean is a better promo than Sami Zayn because Dean actually plays to like this whole funny lunatic character, unlike Sami Zayn, who again has no character and has no mic skills to fucking save his life. And also, Dean's a better in-ring worker. Although his moves may be repetitive, at least he knows when to tell a story with his moves. Sami Zayn, he's like, well, I'll do a flip here, maybe a little kick here. Just stupid. Also, Dean Ambrose is more marketable in terms of his look. Dean literally does look like a guy that can main event a show, which he has. And Sami Zayn looks like a fucking joke. Like literally. And on top of that, Dean knows how to fucking sell a feud. Sami Zayn, he was in a serious feud with Kevin Owens. You know what this motherfucker did? He was dancing.
Hold on. I'm not a part of this. I'm just a spectator. I'm not a part of this question. But are you calling Sami Zayn Spot Monkey?
He literally, that's pretty much what he is. What, do you have a problem with that?
anyways, now it's time for the rebuttal.
You're dead to me. If you're calling Sami Zayn a Spot Monkey, you're dead to me.
Weston just said like, oh, Dean Ambrose can play a cool character, like he's got good promos and stuff like that. Well, while earlier he was like, oh no, he's boring as shit. Like he can't even cut a good promo to save his life. Okay, cool. He's a better wrestler. Come on. Dean Ambrose a better wrestler than Sami Zayn? I mean, come on. And Dean Ambrose, he looks like the kind of guy that can main event a show, which he has. Well, so does Sami Zayn if he's given the shot, but he's never been given the shot to actually main event a show. Dean Ambrose comes in there with freaking jeans and a shirt, looking like a bum out of the street, and he's actually the main eventer of the show. And a casual fan comes in and sees, I can beat up that guy. What the fuck? You know, that's the problem. And as for Sami Zayn, he comes in, he actually wears wrestling attire, a freaking tights, and he comes in there and he has a different match with every single person that he wrestles, depending on who he's wrestling with. While Dean Ambrose, lunatic lariat, kick to the corner. I'm gonna jump off the top rope. Oh, I'm gonna do a suicide dive. You talk about a freaking spot monkey. What about Dean Ambrose? Does the suicide dive, jumps off the top rope multiple times, and does all that. He does all the hardcore shit. I mean, come on. And the thing is about Dean Ambrose, he is known for doing hardcore shit, but he doesn't wrestle in hardcore matches. What the fuck? As for Sami Zayn, he can wrestle any style of a match. Look at his match with Nakamura. Look at his matches with Kevin Owens. Look at his matches with Cesaro. All different matches. While Dean Ambrose wrestles just one style of a match. And that's why I think Sami Zayn deserves to be a champion more than Dean Ambrose.
Dean Ambrose gets more of a reaction than Sami Zayn. And on top of this is actually a proven fact. Casual fans actually gravitate more towards Dean Ambrose. I know. Surprised me, right?
Sami did. As soon as he was signed in NXT, everybody knew about him. While Dean Ambrose, when he debuted, nobody knew about him. More so about Sami Zayn than they did about Dean Ambrose. Sami Zayn was much more known going into WWE more than Dean Ambrose. And if he was booked right now, he can be a champion tomorrow. As for Dean Ambrose, people were sick and tired of him as champion. People didn't care. When he lost the title to AJ Styles, they were like, oh, thank God. The title is off Dean Ambrose. We don't care about Dean Ambrose. His matches with freaking Dolph Ziggler, who the fuck cared?
Dude, Ed, dude, you're my boy and everything, but if you even try to debate this, I have to wonder if your IQ is over 1. Like, literally.
it is over 1, but I'm actually debating right now if your IQ is below 1.
Dude, first off, nobody cares about Sami Zayn unless you're some hardcore fan who watched El Generico in the Indies. Same thing with Dean Ambrose. Hold on. Sami Zayn actually, no, the casual fans actually liked him. There's proven fact about that. I got a friend who talks about it called Chase Oliver on the
unknown
show.
Friends again.
Look up Chase Oliver. I was actually on videos with him, and he's my friend on Facebook. He actually talks about it where he showed his friends Dean Ambrose, who don't even watch the wrestling that often. They said, oh, he looks cool, like a badass. I know, it's surprising, right? Anyway, yeah. And here's the thing. Dean Ambrose, as much as you want to critique his gear, at least he tries to look like a badass. You're talking about Sami Zayn, who literally looks like a fucking cab driver from an Italian movie. Like, literally, dude. I can't believe I'm even debating about this. And also,
to different countries. He speaks different languages. He can actually be an actual world champion. While Dean Ambrose, I can just be hot in the United States. I can't go anywhere. But as for Sami Zayn, he can go anywhere in the world. Germany, he's freaking. Everybody loves him in Germany. Everybody loves him in England. Everybody loves him in Canada. Everybody loves him in France. Everybody loves him in any country in Asia. So there you go. That's what makes a world champion, a guy that actually is beloved by the world, while Dean Ambrose is just loved by the United States.
If he's
including Dubai, by the way, which is in Asia.
Hold on. If he is that charismatic and all that, how come nobody gives a fuck every time he makes his entrance?
That's because he wasn't booked right. If he was booked like he was in NXT, where people actually loved him.
Oh, dude, no,
don't actually loved him.
No, that's verbal diarrhea. Using that old repetitive argument.
No. It all depends on the booking. Are you telling me that Dean Ambrose, if he was actually booked better, he wouldn't be still champion?
Dude, Dean actually gets a reaction. He gets a reaction.
Does he really?
Yes.
Does he get a reaction like he did in 2014? Does
Dude,
he?
no member of the Shield,
Does
maybe
he?
besides Roman, gets a reaction like they did when they were part of the Shield.
But
that's
no,
all because-
no. Like even after breaking up with the Shield, did he? Does he still get a reaction like he did in 2015
Yes!
before his feud with Brock Lesnar?
No. Okay,
Exactly,
but
exactly. Dean Ambrose, his time is gone. His time is gone.
My
He's
point
been
is-
champion.
my
He's been
point
champion,
is-
and his
my
time is
point
gone.
is-
He can't be champion anymore. Now it's time to look forward. Sami Zayn is the future. Sami Zayn can
Can you please give me a
wear the
chance
world
to
title.
rebuttal without trying to talk over me? Thank you.
Well, say something that makes sense, then I will give you a chance. Go ahead.
First off, no member of the Shield is as over as they were when they were in the Shield.
Roman
The
is.
only person that comes close is probably Roman, but that's only because he's heavily booed by billions. Okay?
Still reaction.
So that argument's kind of stupid in a lot more ways than one.
Still
And
reaction.
also, Dean gets more of a reaction than Sami Zayn. If your whole question is, oh, he doesn't get the reaction the same as he did when he was like 2015 or in the Shield, okay, that's fine. I can see that. But at the same time, he gets more of a reaction than Sami Zayn, which is what this whole argument is. It's about who's better, Sami Zayn and Dean Ambrose.
Not
Which is
who's
clear.
better.
Dean Ambrose
Who deserves a championship
Right.
run?
Well, still.
Sure, that too.
And
Okay,
Sammy deserves it more because Dean has tried and failed as
Nobody
champion.
did.
He's
He was
tried and failed as champion. His matches with Dolph Ziggler, you can hear crickets in the arena at SummerSlam when he had his match with Dolph Ziggler.
Really?
Nobody cared. They couldn't wait until they took the title away from him and gave it to AJ Styles. And he
Also-
finally elevated it again.
Also, we got to remember Dean Ambrose. Again, the fans are invested in him. They don't care about Sami Zayn. Also, if he's so that irrelevant and so bad, how come he's pulling off a good feud with Baron Corbin? People are getting behind this feud. Meaning. I can't finish my rebuttal unless you let me talk. I don't know if you know that.
With his feud with Braun Strowman.
No, Baron Corbin. Dude, no one cares about fucking
Sami
Sami Zayn and Braun Strowman.
Well, Sami Zayn elevated Braun Strowman.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
What
he did.
are
With his
you?
feud- with his feud with Braun Strowman, that was the impetus of why Braun Strowman is freaking hot today. Is because of his feud of freaking Sami Zayn.
Man, you Asians are really easily impressed.
Just like
You
you Texans.
Asians.
Just like you Texans. Ooh, look at that, shiny.
I got me a shiny nickel.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
Bigger than a hill of beans.
My point was
Time.
Corbin and Dean Ambrose was the point
Time.
that he's getting the fans behind him again. Meaning, if he gets them really behind them after the Baron Corbin feud, he definitely, without question, would be more deserving than Sami Zayn to be world champion.
Sami Zayn deserves the championship right now because it would elevate him and elevate everybody around him.
He will not elevate the title. He'll be the worst champion since like David Arquette.
He would elevate. The title would elevate himself and would elevate everyone. That would make him deserving.
The only reason why he even held the NXT titles is because all you had to do is be a good in-ring worker to be NXT champion.
All
What does
right,
that have to do with
time.
anything?
All right, time's up. Time's up. Time's up. I've been saying that for like the past
You
30
know who won this. You know who won this argument, and if you literally say Sami Zayn, I have to wonder if you're even in college.
Yes,
You're
I'm in
even
college
in
because
college. That was the best comeback I've ever heard.
Well, I'm his friend, so I know he takes. He goes to college. So yeah, that was the whole point. But yeah.
because I'm a highly
his friend
educated.
and
Oh,
you're his
so what are you
friend and
saying? That you're
just
closer?
deserve that
You're closer
elevate
Ed than I am? Is that what you're saying? Well, guess what? I've been on
What?
more Variety of Views podcasts recently than you. So I think
Adam, you're making it
And
sound
and
gay
listen,
as
if you
fuck
were
right now.
really a good friend to Terrence, then you would have remembered his birthday.
I did, but I was kind of thinking.
Instead of
did
7
remember-
minutes before the next day.
No, I did remember his birthday, but I wanted to be a real friend and tell him as in person as I
Anyways,
possibly
shut the
could.
fuck. Anyways,
Because
guys.
any random fuck can say happy birthday on Facebook.
I just
Oh my
I just
God.
want to know why
It's the
every
thought that
wrestler.
counts.
I just want to know why every wrestler I like Ed hates. That's all I want to know.
Oh
Why?
my god. Oh my god.
He hates
Shit.
Kevin Owens. He hates Dean Ambrose.
Anyways,
Go ahead,
Anyways.
Terrence.
Please,
Final.
please tell me you don't hate Dolph Ziggler.
I don't like Dolph Ziggler anyways. Can I just speak now? Shit. All right, you two fucks need to listen. All right, all right. So we got Ed choosing Sami Zayn. We got Weston of all people choosing Dean Ambrose. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. Weston defending Dean Ambrose. I'm not gonna lie. Either way, what could have been?
Why does everyone hate Dean Ambrose? Is actually my number 2 guy in the company.
No,
by the
Oh,
way.
shut up.
Sure.
I don't-
The moment
After
you said
they
you like the moment you said you were irrelevant. So yeah, go on, Terrence.
I'm not gonna lie. This was probably one of the more funnier parts of this video. But I have to go with Ed on this one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because here's the thing. Ambrose already became champion, and the moment that Ed said
What?
that,
By that logic, then why the fuck did you make? Why
hey,
didn't you go with someone that wasn't
No.
world champion before? You
Hey.
see, like I said, these judges don't
What?
understand their own questions.
no, relax. Ed did made a good point. Whether he was a former champion or not, people were already sick of him when he was the champ. Like that's a like how bad is it when
No, they
people-
weren't. Oh my god.
yes they were. Like come on, even me who actually liked Dean Ambrose, and I still kind of do.
Dude,
I
out
was
of
kind
all
of
my
like just
friends,
get
everyone was saying, "Why?"
Yeah, actually,
wonder-
you know what? I actually, Adam, I'm actually kind of agreeing with you, and not just because I'm standing up for Dean Ambrose, but like I said, the casual fans do kind of like Dean Ambrose, so
Yeah.
there probably were a lot of fans that were like that. Exactly.
And
So
out of all my friends,
But-
everyone, when they took the title off of Ambrose,
but-
everyone was saying, "Oh, gee, I wonder why they
but-
took it off of Ambrose."
but
Well, I wonder
Yeah.
why. Like, I wish they let Ambrose have it longer.
Yeah,
But-
so if you're,
Guys, give Terrence the spot.
But I also do agree with Weston. I didn't make my final point yet, so I didn't really choose Ed yet. But Weston did make a good point though that Dean Ambrose, he was a part of the Shield, and if they were to give him the belt, you know, he is one of the most popular guys on your roster today, bar none. Like, come on, the WWE has invested in the Shield for the past 3 years. Obviously, it would be reasonable enough just to put him the belt because, one, he was a former member of the Shield, and two, they've been pushing him a lot more out of any guys on the roster. He's one of the more consistent guys you have on the roster. Plus, he's an Iron Man in a lot of ways of the SmackDown roster. You know, doesn't really get hurt. Always wrestling consistently every single week. So, yeah. Who to choose? My final choice is Weston.
yes.
But that doesn't mean you won, you idiots. You're 5'6".
What a fucking work! What a fucking work this has been.
Yeah, you know what, man? Your parents giving you birth and telling you you are their parents was a fucking work. I'm just kidding.
What the fuck? What does it even mean?
Yeah, your parents told you after 18 years. They said that. Oh yeah, by the way, we're not your real parents. That was all
Oh my
work.
god,
I'm just kidding.
dude,
I'm sick like that. I know.
that was so savage. That was so savage. Your name should be Randy.
Like macho, like Randy. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, you don't have to explain the joke.
Yeah.
Actually, being a Savage doesn't really mean anything. I'm just ask Tom Savage, former quarterback of the Houston Texans.
Anyways,
Or
Weston,
or-
you're still down.
Mike
Weston, you're
Savage,
still-
the radio host.
Anyways, you're still down by a point.
Wasn't it 6-5? And weren't you the guy who said the last thing is worth 2 points? And that means I would take
Yeah, this is the fourth one. Now we're at the last one. I said if. So yeah. So if you win this one,
It was 6. So I'm leading by 1 then.
no, you're still losing by 1.
It was 6-5.
Yeah, Ed has 6. You still have 5. If you win this next one, then you win 7-6. And you win.
So now it's like sudden death.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Damn, dude. As a champion, I've overcome the odds almost, and Adam even stacked the odds against me, and I'm still about to pull a John Cena.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Mm. All right. I want to make this the most funniest and most controversial debate question I can possibly can.
I'm thinking top Sami Zayn versus Dean Ambrose, dude. That's like choosing to-
Yeah. How would you say, "Oh my God, people couldn't wait to get the title of Ambrose"? No, people were saying, "I can't believe they took the titles off Ambrose. I wish he had it longer." At least
No,
that's what I.
Actually, people were so in love with AJ Styles when he won the title.
Oh yeah, come on.
Oh, sure, because it's AJ.
You're talking about a hardcore versus casual fan perspective, though, at the same time.
Still, dude, like the casual fans, they were in SummerSlam, and you could hear a pin drop while Ambrose had his match with Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not saying his title reign wasn't that bad, or people didn't actually win the title, but like I said, you're basically doing apples and oranges type of fan argument here.
But that's proof that it was a bust.
Anyway, this conversation's irrelevant now. Fuck. Thank God I don't have to talk about it anymore.
Who knows? Maybe this next question is talk about Dean Ambrose next.
Was the sexiest part of Dean Ambrose?
That'd be a question I would ask.
And Adam says his penis. Yeah.
And a young
All right.
that's the best part.
Okay. What? All right.
Dude, this is probably the longest video on my channel.
Yeah. You know what? You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I don't care. Last question. Do you feel like the Montreal Screwjob was a work? Yes or no?
What kind of question is that? Go fuck yourself.
I'm just kidding.
Fuck yeah.
All right. I have a question.
All right, you go, man.
All right.
And don't make it so long.
No, shut up. All right. Who screwed Brett? Did Vince screw Brett, or did Brett screw Brett?
Again, go fuck yourself. What kind of question is that?
Why does it always have to be about the Montreal Screwjob?
All right. Who out of all of us should screw Dean no, wait.
Wow, that's pretty good.
It always comes back to screwing Dean Ambrose. Anyway,
All right. I got one.
Dean Ambrose is or is not the handsomest man on the planet?
Mm-mm.
And why is he? He is, and why?
Maybe to you, and if that's the case, go jerk off to him right now. But no, not really.
Oh, by the way, did you use my deepest, my women's wrestler question? Because if not, that could be the final question.
Yeah, go look on your list, see if you have another question, because you guys.
I do have another question actually.
Well,
Yeah,
let's
but
see.
this is the speed round question, so you have to have two options.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, yeah. Who should Brett screwed Brett or Vince screwed Brett?
Oh,
There's a
actually,
question.
I got one. No, actually, I got one. Actually, I got one.
Hold on, I want to talk to Ed real quick. Is that okay? Is that against the law? Anyways.
Am I gonna be arrested?
Ed, I just want to shake your hand and say this has been a good fight, dude. Fight.
Oh,
dude.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. God damn it, the one time we want to actually give each other a handshake. Stop talking to each other.
All right.
I'm
You say you want to give him a hand job?
I'm giving you a screen high five.
Yeah,
All right.
screen high five, man.
All right.
Here we go.
The last question. Out of these two WrestleMania main events, which one was better? Triple H versus Randy Orton at WrestleMania 25, or Triple H versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 32?
Are you kidding me? That is not a better question than my question. Fuck right off. All right. Did you guys use the
That's like asking who's more believable as a wrestler, Sami Zayn or Hornswoggle?
That's
Okay,
the point.
out of these two divas, which one would you prefer to go on a date with, like a dinner date, a nice romantic dinner, and why? Would you rather go on a date with
Hold
Eve
on.
Torres?
Hold on. Are we judging off of character or like what they really are?
Everything, character, looks, conversation. Who you would rather have a conversation with?
By the way, that's kind of a tricky question because it does come down to personal preference.
Yeah,
No, but it's all gonna be in your explanation. All right.
No, you can't
Would
do
you?
anything with personal
Would you rather go on a date with Dean
Nerd.
Ambrose? No. Would you rather go on a nice dinner date with Eve Torres or Sasha Banks, and why?
Oh, it's simple, man. Come on.
Well, you
Name it.
don't answer because you're a judge. All right, Ed, you can go first.
No.
That's a weird. That's more or less some personal preference. I'm not gonna lie.
No, no,
Probably.
it's not personal. It's not personal preference because it's a romantic dinner date. Who would you rather have a conversation with? Who would you? It's kind of like the Vince McMahon question. It's kind of like shut up. It's kind of like the Vince McMahon thing. Like, what would you ask him? Like, what would you talk about? Like, who would you rather have? Who do you think you would have better conversation with? Who do you think you would have better
Yeah, but
questions for?
yeah, but that's more of an objective with a subjective question. This is more or less subjective.
And I don't really talk. I don't want to talk to either one of them. What am I going to ask Sasha? Hey, why is your forehead so big? Why is your mug-
Well, that's
could be
fucking
cool.
rude.
That could be cool. Could be a
Oh, yeah,
cool conversation.
Yeah, let's go to Eve Torres. The girl is so fucking boring. I don't know what to ask.
All right, just use the screw job question. Brett screwed Brett or Vince screwed Brett? Go, Ed.
Oh my god, what a fucking jobber.
All right, point to Ed. Ed wins the championship.
All right, dude. Come on, guys. Like you should
I think
come up with
think
a.
I think I got a proper one. I got a proper one. Even though that WrestleMania event one was actually a proper one, but after you, but I'll think of another one.
If Undertaker and Sting were a tag team, what would you call them?
The grandpa died.
I came up with the Suicide Grandpas.
Actually, uh, Effie.
Oh no! The almost dead icons.
The almost dead icons. You could choose Undertaker from any era. Which era would you choose? Now? The Undertaker now? Stupidest answer in the history of anything.
Coming from the Dean Ambrose dick sucker.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly. Shithead.
I might suck his dick, but at least I don't give him stupid names.
Well,
That's the,
That's supposed to be a burn because I didn't feel shit.
all right, let me think of one.
No, wait, Ed, cut that part out. Edit when you edit this. Make sure you edit it. So
I got a perfect one.
okay.
Who do you think this Mr. WrestleMania name belongs to? Shawn Michaels or The Undertaker?
Shawn Michaels. Jeez.
no, it should be Shawn Michaels or Hulk Hogan.
Nope, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. I just chose
Shawn
that, so shut the
Michaels.
fuck up.
Undertaker first, by the way.
All right,
Okay, Shawn Michaels.
all right. See, that's my ringtone, bro. Come on. All right,
Yeah, I
Wes-
like that song, by the way. But yeah.
all right, but Adam, you're gonna be the judge solely on this. So,
All right.
yeah.
Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Well, I think Hulk Hogan should be in the conversation, but all right, whatever.
All right, Weston, go.
Adam's so smart. He's instantly gonna choose Shawn just because they call him Mr. WrestleMania.
No, but
No, I mean I'll be fair, but Ed, go ahead, make your case for
No,
Shawn.
let Weston, because Weston said it first. He said Undertaker first.
All right. First off, yeah, Shawn may be called Mr. WrestleMania, but we all know who the real one is. The real one is named Mark Calloway, also known as The Undertaker, because he truly embodies what WrestleMania is supposed to be: a spectacle, an attraction, a draw, a serious, show, a show where feuds are settled. And not only that, the colors of WrestleMania goes well with the Undertaker's gear, and it just kind of adds.
What the fuck are you talking about? This is worse than the greatest show on earth or whatever Ed's answer was before. Sorry, Ed.
Starting from the bottom and working my way up. Okay.
All right,
Should we start at the bottom now? We're here. We start at the bottom now. The whole year.
Let the man speak, man. Let the man
Continue,
speak.
Weston. Continue, Weston.
Anyway, also, not only that, but I think we all know the streak, which belongs to Undertaker, is one of the most biggest storylines ever, ever, when it comes to pro wrestling in general. Every time that Undertaker stepped foot in the ring with his streak, you knew it was a big deal, and everyone was paying attention no matter what. Literally, the storyline could be horrible, and you would still enjoy the streak. You know, also, when Brock Lesnar ended the streak, people they weren't just talking about WrestleMania and the match itself. When the streak ended, it was literally like someone had died in your family because everyone was talking about it. All the mainstream media, of course, wrestling fans. It was just all over the place. Never once has Shawn Michaels had a WrestleMania match where everyone was talking about it. From TMZ to all the freaking Hollywood dirt sheets and shit like that. People that you never thought, and also people that you never thought were into wrestling, heard about the streak. When has Shawn Michaels ever, and I mean ever, started that much of a buzz with one match? Also, Undertaker's entrances at WrestleMania are the best, and the thing is, he doesn't even need all the extra stuff like Shawn Michaels did. Undertaker just came out, and you automatically knew whatever he was doing at WrestleMania was a big deal. And again, people are always going to talk about the Undertaker at WrestleMania, no matter
Ed,
what
your turn.
generation it is.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Is that it?
Two minutes are up.
I'm gonna end with this. Shawn Michaels, yeah, he may be a legend, but the first person you think of when you say WrestleMania will always be the Undertaker.
You get 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, Ed.
Okay. Shawn Michaels, if you're gonna weigh in, like who had the better matches at WrestleMania history, Shawn Michaels did. Undertaker, yeah, maybe he has had like the streak thing, but take away the streak, Undertaker hasn't had great matches like with Shane McMahon or Bray Wyatt. Both of those matches were forgettable, except for that one, one moment where Shane falls off the cage, which keeps on being repeated. You talk about Shawn Michaels not having like enough buzz in those some of his matches. Okay, his matches with The Undertaker at WrestleMania, his match with Kurt Angle, which is regarded by many legends as one of the greatest matches of all time. His matches, even back when he was part of the Rockers, he's had great matches at WrestleMania history. And then his match in the ladder match with Razor Ramon, his match with Bret Hart, and the Iron Man match, which is, even though that I might disagree, but is considered to be the greatest Iron Man match of all time. His matches with his match with Stone Cold, which ushered in the Attitude Era. When you hear that call from Jim Ross, the Stone Cold era has just begun. With Mike Tyson in that was, you talk about crossover. Mike Tyson in that match, held that main event into crossing over, and Shawn Michaels, became even a crossover star because of that. Everybody was talking about that match, which really made the Monday Night War shift to the WWF side. Shawn Michaels has had great moments in WrestleMania history and great matches, 5-star classics, and even his match with Ric Flair, where people thought that Ric Flair might not have it anymore. He got out another 5-star match in his retirement match with Ric Flair, which everybody was talking about as well. And the 2 matches that he had with The Undertaker, dude, like, I don't think that The Undertaker has ever had a better match with anybody besides Shawn Michaels. And that's what makes Shawn Michaels Mr. WrestleMania. And even to this day, people are still crying for Shawn Michaels to come back for WrestleMania more than The Undertaker. They want to see Shawn Michaels to come back one more match and face against Dolph Ziggler or AJ Styles or anybody from in the main event, more so than The Undertaker. They're looking more forward to the next Shawn Michaels match if he comes back, more so than what The Undertaker is going to do next.
All right, rebuttal time. First off, Ed, at the very beginning, you contradicted yourself because earlier in the show, you said, "Oh, wrestling only takes 20% of the job," and now you're talking about how good of a match is Shawn Michaels puts on, which I thought you said didn't matter. So that alone is easily debunked. Also, you said that Mike Tyson was in that match with Shawn. Undertaker didn't need a celebrity in his matches to make him a big deal. Him just being in the match at WrestleMania was enough to get people buzzing. Also, you said Kurt Angle versus Shawn. Let's be real. I've heard nothing but hardcore fans talk about that match. A lot of the casuals don't give a fuck about that match because they don't remember it. But if you ask any casual fan about an Undertaker match, they'll instantly know, what happened. And you say Undertaker didn't have that much memorable matches. Undertaker didn't have to be a good wrestler to make you remember his matches because Undertaker alone could make you remember anything he did. Who forget his match with Jimmy Snuka at the first, where the streak was born. People still, hell, it wasn't a good match, but people still talk about Giant Gonzalez versus Undertaker because Undertaker was in it. Brock versus Taker because Taker was in it. Brock versus Randy Orton versus Taker, which was, again, a good match. But people talk about why? Because The Undertaker. Taker versus Mark Henry. Underrated casket match. But what's the reason why they're talking about it? Taker was in it. No matter what WrestleMania it is or how old he is, if you have Taker at Mania, people are going to talk about it and are going to want to see it.
Okay. What I said before was like in-ring work was like 20% of a wrestler, but wrestling matches, because of the stories, that's what makes it 5 stars. It's not just a wrestling match on its own. Okay. If you look at the storylines leading up to those matches, are you telling me that Undertaker against King Kong Bundy is better than Shawn Michaels' worst match at WrestleMania? Shawn Michaels can't even be capable of having a bad match at WrestleMania. The Undertaker has had some stinkers. You talk about the Brock Lesnar match. The only thing that people remember from that is the streak being broken. And his matches that Undertaker has had before, against King Kong Bundy, against Giant Gonzalez, nobody even remembers Giant Gonzalez except for the diehard fans. His match against Jimmy Snuka, nobody even remembers that. The only thing that they remember is that the Undertaker beat Jimmy Snuka, and that's it. They don't remember the match. Nobody remembers him facing off against Jake Roberts or even facing off against Mark Henry in a casket match. And the Undertaker didn't even begin to have great moments and great, memorable matches until he faced off against Randy Orton in 2005. While Shawn Michaels has been trailblazing and making great matches at WrestleMania, even in the late 80s. While The Undertaker took him so long for him to have a memorable match on the show. So that right there makes Shawn Michaels the greatest, WrestleMania performer of all time.
But the thing is, Undertaker didn't have to have great matches for them to be memorable, because that's just how big and important the streak was at WrestleMania.
Take away the streak. What does he have?
He has a couple of good memorable matches with Mark Henry in the casket match, Jimmy Snuka, Randy Orton, Triple H.
Bray Wyatt and Shane McMahon, were they great matches?
No, but the story and the fact that Undertaker was involved is what made that match feel...
Okay, I can come up with the storylines that Shawn Michaels has had. The match with Bret Hart, which was years in the making.
Also, on your last point, what was your point, by the way? Because I had an easy counter to that one, but I had a brain fart.
No, because Shawn Michaels had storylines leading up to those matches. He's had with Razor Ramon, that was going on for a year before they finally faced off at WrestleMania in a ladder match. They had the storyline leading up to WrestleMania 12 with Bret Hart. The WrestleMania 11, even though that it wasn't that great of a match, but it still was remembered because the storyline leading up to it of Shawn Michaels turning on Diesel and him getting a new bodyguard. His feud with Kurt Angle eliminating him at the Royal Rumble because he thought that he was indeed the better wrestler than Shawn Michaels, and that leading up to WrestleMania. All those matches that Shawn Michaels been part of. The retirement thing was going on with Ric Flair leading up to WrestleMania. One of the greatest storylines as well. Leading up to that Mania, 36-year career was put to rest at WrestleMania 24 when he faced off against Shawn Michaels. What more can he ask from that?
Okay. First off, the argument of Undertaker didn't have good matches. He had good matches at WrestleMania. And again, the thing is, no matter how old the Undertaker is, he will always be an attraction. I mean, Undertaker could return in his 70s at WrestleMania. People would still be like, "Oh shit, what's Undertaker going to do at WrestleMania?" I mean, people to this day, and he's 51, are still excited about what Taker's going to do. And on top of that, what matches that are left at WrestleMania that you want to see Shawn Michaels in? You know,
AJ Styles.
that actually makes sense in the storyline wise. People still want to see John Cena versus Undertaker because of the story, and also because Undertaker. There's no other match like that people want to see Shawn Michaels. Could Shawn Michaels just randomly appear and face a Rollins or AJ Styles? Sure, but no one's really gonna care that much, especially not if Taker versus Cena happens.
How many times have you heard people say this guy's the next Shawn Michaels? When have you ever heard someone say this guy is the next Undertaker?
Because you can't compare the Undertaker. Undertaker's in a league of his own.
He's in a league of his own, okay, and same thing for Shawn Michaels.
No, Shawn Michaels isn't even on Undertaker's level. In all honesty,
Sorry.
saying that.
I have.
Undertaker. Hold on, Ed. Hold on. Anyway, Undertaker is on a league of his own because he has lasted through generations. He's seen them come and go. He is so legendary that you don't need anything. Like literally, Undertaker is so legendary that you put him with anyone, you put Zack Ryder against Undertaker. Watch Undertaker. Undertaker has been through it all. He's been through the Hogan era. He's been through the Attitude era. He's been through the Ruthless Aggression era. He's been through the PG era. This era.
I have heard people say this guy's the next Undertaker once. What?
Adam, you might as well just choose the winner here. Like it's been
No. Listen, I have heard people say this guy's the next Undertaker once, and that guy was Bray Wyatt. That's the only time I've ever heard it.
Exactly, that's the only one time, and guess what? Bray will never be at that level like the Undertaker. As a matter of fact, it's WWE would be considered. I can't even explain it because there simply is no other Undertaker. You can have another Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels is just known for his good in-ring work.
No way.
Sure.
No way.
But to say that one person, put it this way, there is more than likely to be a next Shawn Michaels than there ever will.
Go ahead.
Ed,
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys have been going long enough. You might as well just choose the winner. Just choose the winner. It's almost been 3 hours.
Oh man, this is like Terrence is starting to sound like a guy who came out at number 1 at the Royal Rumble. It's like Terrence came out at number 1 and I came in at 30, like all fresh. I'm like, come on guys, let's go. Let's talk about wrestling. All right, so you both make great points. It's a great question. Thank you, Terrence, for coming up with this great question, and thank you, Adam, for being such a great judge on this question. Ed has the point that basically he's saying Shawn Michaels went out at the right time, and I liked all of his points about Shawn Michaels and the amount of matches that he's had and the lead up to the ladder match at WrestleMania 10 with Razor and everything like that. Weston made some good points when he said that Taker's been through every era and that he's starting to going all the way back to the Federation years. Sorry, not Federation years. The New Generation, all the way up to the PG era, to the Attitude era, and all that. But I have to give it to. Actually, no. Let me draw this out a little bit longer. What was I going to say? Okay. I do agree that when you think of WrestleMania, the first name that might come to mind is The Undertaker, not Shawn Michaels. But I also agree with Ed that the only coverage that the last match, not the last match, but a couple years ago when the streak was broken, the only reason that match got coverage was because it was the match where the streak was broken. It didn't really have to do with Taker, and Weston's point was, oh, the mainstream media and everything like that. Well, yeah, because the streak was broken. Shawn Michaels went out at the right time. He didn't hang around too long like Taker. He didn't hang around too long like Ric Flair. He went out at the right time, and people are still begging him to come back. I would have loved if he came back at the Royal Rumble, the last Royal Rumble, and it came out number 30. It was in San Antonio. I would have popped for that. So for that reason, I give the point to Ed.
Woo!
By the way, I just want to say that Undertaker is so legendary that the reason why Shawn Michaels won't return is because even he respects the Undertaker's wishes and the story that they were
And new Desire Wrestling Champion.
in. Hold on, we could probably have a tie, Terrence.
What?
I got the last 2 points, dude. I'm 8 right now, 8-5.
Yeah, and that is it, basically, guys. That is the Desire Wrestling Championship.
Wait, why are you doing the outro? Why are you doing the outro for Ed's show?
Dude, Terrence looks like he's just been through hell, through like an Iron Man match.
Oh man, he's Ric Flair. He's Ric Flair in the '92 Rumble right now, and I bet right now Weston's gonna say, "Oh, you have WWE on your underwear."
All right, guys.
Because I know more about wrestling.
I'm gonna be humble about this. Weston, great match.
You guys really think Shawn Michaels is Mr. WrestleMania? Oh my god, I got so
Yeah. Weston, it was great. It was an honor kicking your ass and taking your championship. I have to say that next week, Terrence is going to face off against Adam.
Why not tomorrow?
No, we should have some time to prepare.
Yeah, I'm gonna come up with the questions.
Okay, let's do it tomorrow. I come up with questions tonight.
We'll do it next. I think we'll do it next week because we got stuff to do, dude. Because come on.
We have our own channels, man.
Yeah.
No problem. Next week, next Friday.
So next week, Terrence versus Adam, and Weston is gonna judge, and yeah, we'll see who comes out on top next week. And with that being said, Terrence, do the outro.
Fuck you. And good night. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bye.
And remember, a winner is you. Do 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 do.